Maybe, hopefully.
Perhaps.
It's
In a
becoming
technicality, we are live in some dimension.
it's becoming part of my ritual to not know if we're live or not.
Oh, we are live.
We're
We are
live on
YouTube.
Twitch. Are we going to go live on YouTube? Hey,
Maybe,
we are.
hopefully.
Wow.
We are going to go live on YouTube as well. Amazing.
Multi-platform.
It's almost
We did
like
that.
we're getting better at this. Almost.
Nice.
We're almost getting better at this.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Blatant slander.
Wow. No faith.
So,
You say I'm sure at anything.
welcome to all of our wonderful viewers. This is another episode of our Adventures of Greydrop. And unfortunately, we can't get hold of one of our players at the moment, so we are just going to plough on without young Staniel. However, as is tradition, one of our players is always going to be doing the recap. So shall we continue with our traditional recap of the campaign so far? Take it away, swingy boy.
Swingy boy.
So last session, we decided we're going to go see the Greys because Lubnub got a letter saying that there was more power available there. We got there. Some people, not to name names, asked far too many questions that were irrelevant.
Don't know what you're talking
So
about.
much so that there was more time asking questions than there was killing the monster. Upon killing the monster, we realised we could be fucked quite severely because we were supposed to collect its blood, and someone killed it with the power of the sun, which I wish was an exaggeration, but it isn't. So the only blood left was thankfully on my wall because at least someone here is a normal human being,
Says the orc.
Yeah.
and it's not fucking me.
I actually don't think any of you are just flat out humans. I think you're all... Oh no, actually Toric's human.
Is Stan not human?
Stan's a
He's
Goliath.
Oh, Stan's a Goliath.
Yeah,
Yes,
Stan's a Goliath.
He's also a paladin as well, guys. I heard that in the grapevine.
He has been telling everyone he's a paladin, that is correct.
He knows healing magic.
I've heard he's part demonic as well. But moving on. So impressed at the fact that we took care of this challenge that was meant to take at least a week in a matter of about 10 minutes.
To be fair, the main
Yeah,
portion
had a
of the challenge was walking to go get an item.
Yeah. Well. Still.
Basically,
8
we
seconds.
we done a Skyrim where we showed up to Whiterun having already speedrun the Bleak Falls Barrow and
Yeah.
had the Dragonstone.
Yeah.
Because we're just that good at D&D.
Yeah, man.
And from there, we were given a Sending Stone, let in a couple of things, such as there's a god called Giorundus, also pronounced as Giorundis, and there may or may not be a Yaga Beast in them.
Oh, the Yaga.
Always use protection, guys.
Always use protection when your Yaga Beast is let loose.
From
Whenever
there, we found that there
Giorundus
was one of
relieves
these.
your Yaga Beast, you gotta use protection.
After a lot of midnight drinking, we found out that apparently there's got to be an execution of some woman by the church. And for no reason in particular, we suspected it might be someone who may or may not have summoned a demon previously and had also been recently kidnapped by a cult. For the first time in this campaign, we were actually wrong. And she was fine. It turns out that apparently this woman just stole a loaf of bread. Church is just a cut. Can't say that word yet. Self-censor.
Nearly.
Turns out the church is just a bunch of assholes. I think I'm allowed to say that one. If
Yeah,
not,
you
we'll
are.
fix it in
I
post.
think you're allowed to say asshole.
We'll fix it in post.
If
or
not, we'll fix it in post and we'll just we'll dub in Church is an absolute scumbag.
Church is a no-no.
We'll just
Anyway.
I'll call you after the session just to get monotone like so that
Yes, sir.
I can dub it in. It'll just be like your mouth will just go slightly blurry and it'll go nice person, and then
From there, we kind of split into two teams. Team 1 went to the castle and had a very law-abiding, within order, absolutely no shenanigans night. and Team 2 put meat on a corpse's face and then started summoning a demon.
Yeah.
Team 1, through 2.5 hours real life, somehow only one of them got arrested after multiple attempts of going to the same people's rooms and making increasingly less
Subtle.
and less convincing arguments about why the king should drink some sort of liquid, which cumulated with Nylaferia poisoning herself and a guard and leaving everyone else very confused about what was going on.
Culminating in a great moment under Zone of Truth where essentially you had all three members of the royal family get revealed as to what was going on, and all three of them were like, oh yeah, no, I get that.
Once we explained the logic of one of you is not who you say you are, Lubnub finally had enough, decided that the cleric was going to be forced and railroaded into the perspective of being a healer, and dragged the corpse we found 3 sessions ago to his feet and said, fucking fix it. Upon fucking fixing part of the face, it turned out that Edward was also a corpse, as well as a living person.
Which
From there,
struck some
we-
of the group as suspicious.
which was a little bit suspicious, to be fair, and essentially ended up with Zuax being captured in increasingly tightening bondage to
I would
prevent
like
him
to
from
point
killing
out-
Edward.
I would like to point out I went willingly.
Eventually.
We still under the
Edward
influence
being
of
forced to sleep in a
strange
cell
plants.
next to his dead body. Lubnub somehow being called the most competent in a zone of truth, so
Yeah.
and Nylaferia sleeping, I don't know, head to toe with her friend and also one of the princes. The next morning, before anyone could change the plan, we said no, we're sticking to this, and forced the living Prince Edward to stand in a moonbeam, which revealed him to be some sort of doppelfuck.
Doppelfuck.
After we engaged him, Toric, being the Toric that he is, decided, I don't trust this little king fuck, and decided to start disintegrating a child with Moonbeam.
Is that so?
Legally, he got very fortunate, because that child was not a child and was another doppelfuck. Zuax has the biggest balls, surviving on 1 HP and saying, fuck you, watch this.
Oh, yeah.
And also
that's all you need to know.
completely ruining their escape plan.
Yeah.
That silence where we rolled initiative and had 1 turn left before something happened, that silence was the only thing that got the other reveal.
Yeah. That was.
I have
yeah.
removed it from my spell lists for today because I feel like spellcasters deserve to shoot a couple of shots this session.
Wow,
I
bold.
mean,
Bold of me to assume that.
Rapidly starts prepping a lich to come today.
weren't we
I-
all
I'll
saying how
just-
fucked we are?
Lubnub will just start making out with the spellcasters.
Ariadne is now just the villain.
It's her time to
Oh,
shine.
yeah, Ariadne was there the whole time, wasn't she?
Ariadne was watching the entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Didn't help though, I'd like to point that out.
Yeah.
She
She was
also
in a zone of
was in a
silence.
zone of silence. She's only a spell. You've never seen her do anything competent so far, and and she is a spellcaster.
I threw a couple of 0 damage punches.
You
I
you
tried my
you
best.
watched a hungover lady who was dragged out her house in her pajamas show up, get not able to go home.
Yeah.
Disagree.
It's kind of
She was not dragged out her house in her pajamas.
She was only in
volunteered
summoning
to come
robes
with
though.
us in her pajamas.
Yes. So
I
yes,
just told her that Nylaferia was in danger, and she was like, okay.
you guys successfully worked out that at least 2 of the 3 royal family members that are still standing, to your guys' knowledge, are
Well,
something.
I did try Tommen, didn't I? But
you did. You
failed.
had Tommen in there for a minute.
Yes.
So either he
Yeah.
passed 10 checks successfully.
Tommen tanked Moonbeam for like 8 rounds while you finished your spell.
Kind of. Sure. Either way, he's probably safe. Unless he's the most powerful of all of them, which seems strange.
Either that or he just fucking passed a lot of con saves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Could be tanky.
So, with that note, we cut back to the camera does that like Star Wars style scroll down to
with
the
a
city
lot of
again.
nonsense having been said.
Yeah, just I swear we should at some point
Oh,
start
I'll do it.
when we release the updates, the YouTube versions of these do Star Wars style recaps of Kieran's
Like get
recap.
like a speech
Raid
text or
out.
something. And it's just me ranting for a minute.
Yeah, totally. The camera pans down onto you guys in the basement level of the city, in the central keep of the Greydrop city, with Tommen just leaving to go. You've knocked me light over.
I know, I'm sorry.
Very rude behaviour.
I'm a weak
With Tommen just leaving to one, stop the execution, and two, or rather one, to delay the execution, because he does believe that the person was guilty of a crime and should be punished in some respect, and two, to gather the nobility. And you guys had one specific family in mind to drag first. If anyone remembers who.
Bristol
Chris
Marsh.
Then, what are you all up to? As Tommen leaves, what's the plan for today? You guys have just finished the fight.
Are you guys asking him to hold off while? Are you guys wanting to rest because you're on 1 HP?
I am on 25. I healed myself beforehand.
You
and now I
know
have
that
10
you know
levels
that it's
to
going to take Tommen. The first priority for him has to be to deal with the execution first, because that was due to happen this morning. So not being able to immediately run to get the nobility to come here anyway. And also, you've no idea where these people's houses are. You've no idea if they're all in the one place. Like, it might take a day or so to set this meeting up. As royal as he is, he still has to go through the motions of these people have to walk to the castle, and he is inviting them here willingly, not just blackmailing them to come.
I mean, if it gets to that point, give Lubnub the address and I'll go collect them.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to use my harness divine power to gain a second level spell slot back just in case.
Excellent.
I
Do you
know
watch
that-
as Zuak gets down and starts meditating in the centre of this bloodbath?
Just like still semi kind of shivering, his shells looking worse for wear.
I'm gonna turn to Nylaferia. Never told me it can talk.
Who?
You never told me it could talk.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't aware it could. It's full of surprises.
Alright. I just go and sit and start talking to the mace, I guess. Or well, the mall.
What do you say? What do you say to your mole?
Alright, you got a name?
No response.
Motherfucker's giving me the silent treatment.
No matter what you say to the mall in this moment, it is seemingly non-talkative.
Ask it about smashing people. It might want to talk about that.
I ask it, so you like smashing, cutting, or piercing then? Since it has all three attachments.
Yeah. Again, no response. It just sits there like an ordinary mace. A very shiny ordinary mace.
Bastard won't talk.
I
Anyway.
would like
You're saying a thing?
I would like to cast Tending on Edward's flayed body corpse thing next to me.
Mending.
Sending.
Oh, sending. Okay, yeah. I was like, mending? What's going on? You've
like
already been doing
castrating.
healing spells. You know that healing spells have been working. Why are you trying a new thing?
It's gonna mend his attitude. PMA.
I mend your fucking attitude, you piece of shit. So yeah, you get 25 words. I want to clarify. Is Zuak under the impression that he is doing sending to just that body, or are you attempting to contact like what Zuak's
Just the body.
Just the body.
I only want to contact the body. And I'm gonna be like, sorry about your skin. We have taken care of the thing. You're still cursed? Question mark. We might be able to do something about it. Are you home?
You get R, I think. I think you cap out at RU. So you don't
R?
you don't hear home.
Fuck, he's a pirate.
R. Roll me a D100.
Damn. Roll. Let's see what we get.
You were looking for anything 95
That was-
and below.
Almost 95, but I got 15.
15. Zuak, you feel that you are channeling the power of your god in this moment. You feel the spell go off, and you also feel that you push through some planar barrier. You've never used this spell before, but you have heard the requirements for it as part of your clerical training. You know that it can contact entities in another plane of existence. And you feel that you have overcome the small margin of error for that, reaching the successful... your message was received successfully, and you do not get a reply.
I mean, he heard us, guys, so at least he knows that we're going to try and fix his skin.
Do you think he's there? Is he in that body?
No, he's somewhere else. He's not in there.
What do you mean by somewhere else?
It went through a barrier through worlds, but I have no clue where he is.
I read a book.
Was it interesting?
Yeah, it was great.
It was called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, it was good. It was I read it on the ship.
Well, maybe that might be connected to what's happening with him right now then. I think this does have something to do with the Shadowfell. Like we
I
were...
didn't tell you what my book was.
Oh,
But it was about
apologise.
that. You're very intuitive.
I'm very good at this undead and stuff, you know. I like them.
I like them.
Yeah, it's a doppelganger.
I like them.
You're a very suspicious turtle.
I do have a remove curse I could try.
Yeah, you're the cleric. If you think that'll work.
I'm gonna like rub my hands together and then I'm gonna be like, oh, I should probably wait until he's got his skin back in case this works.
Again, you're the cleric. I think only you can do that.
Oh, fair, yeah. I keep forgetting that sometimes. I'd like
Unless
to
you want me to
use...
play him a little song. Like,
I would like to use a third level cure wounds on the body to try and repair its skin.
Excellent. Roll me your healing dice. Oh my goodness.
16 hit points.
Very briefly there, Staniel appeared.
Oh, he's back.
Oh my goodness.
He's back.
A wild Staniel appears.
Voldemort's back.
Good morning.
Stan appearing has kicked Jenna. As it should. Sorry, Zoak, what was your healing?
16 hit points.
16 hit points. Wonderful. You watch as...
am I here twice?
What?
What was that,
I'm
Jenna?
just trying up twice on my screen.
You're only
I
on
keep
my
getting
screen
text.
once. It might be worth disconnecting and retrying.
Oh, I've tried that. I've not been here for a minute.
Oh, excellent. Well, you have been here for a minute on our screens.
Okay.
I can't believe Stan would do this.
I'm sorry. The demons knew that I was going to do it. Now I kicked Jenna.
Oh
I don't know
my
what you said,
god!
but I heard the word demons. You're fucking right.
Oh, damn.
You said the
Oh,
word
God.
demons and your voice went into a pure dubstep starting screen. Like, that was like, demons.
So I think that's what 2 sessions in a row. Vinny has
You watch as
successfully
Edward
crashed
sits bolt upright and just goes demons. No.
I mean, if that happens, I fucking slam him in the head with them all.
No, you watch as Edward's skin starts to regrow, and you watch him mostly healed. He has like fingertips and toes flayed remaining.
They weren't priorities anyway, you don't need them. We have 5 fingers and toes for a reason. We can get rid of a few.
Go like
Yeah, they'll grow back.
Yeah, they grow back.
I don't trust him as a medical expert.
I'll use another second level spell slot just to get the rest of that back up with a 6.
With a 6?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, you bring him back up to full.
I think we should maybe try and see if a remove curse could help.
I'm ready when you are. I'm basically standing over the body, expecting something to pop out.
I'm gonna rub my hands together. I'm gonna place my hands upon his skin, and I'm gonna cast remove curse and see if that takes hold at all.
I need you to make me a religion check or arcana check. You're looking for DC 16.
Religion or arcana. Great, I am not proficient in either.
Really?
Oh, delightful.
I would allow you to use your spellcasting modifier instead, if that's higher.
I got a 17.
You still
actually.
pass regardless. So, on a 17, you feel... You guys all watch as Zuak reaches out his hand. You all feel that strange presence that you have all felt previously when Zuak was doing small rituals. It's almost like the ground itself starts becoming more alive. You start to feel the warmth in the cell as you guys are here. You start to feel that power of almost like gravity densifying around the area that you're in. And you watch as Zuak's eyes start to turn pure white and blood starts pouring from the center almost as if he's crying. And Zuak, you are transported mentally. You feel yourself pulled into an effect. You start to see shadow in the area that you're in. You open your eyes and you are in a landscape of pure shadow. Everything is in black and white, and you can see Edward in front of you, fully conscious, but bound and gagged. And as soon as he sees you, his eyes go wide and he starts fighting against the gag, fighting against the chains, and you hear, "No. Too soon."
No, wait.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
And I'm gonna hold that right now. Oh my god, this is gonna be way more difficult than I thought. A Constitution saving throw. Another 17.
A 17. You're gonna take 4 points of psychic damage, but you feel that you are fighting off something that is trying to push you away as you are in this room. You have time to do something if you would like to.
What is he bound by? Just shadow?
You can see that he is bound by like shadowy chains. And you can see that he is gagged with some sort of cloth.
Could I run over and then grab a hold of like the shadowy chains and cast Word of Radiance on them?
Sure. Can you read the wording of Word of Radiance for me?
It's like you utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
So Zuak is intelligent enough to know that this would only hurt Edward.
Ah, God
It's
damn
each
it,
creature.
Another one that says creature. Do I have anything? No, I don't really have anything. I'm gonna try and remove the bonding from his mouth, and I'm just gonna say to him, "You have to keep fighting. We've found you. You are safe. We are looking for your brother."
As you remove you basically just pull the gag down. Edward can talk to you again, and he says, "Please, you have to tell him. You have to tell him that the king is alive. He's here. I've seen him. I've seen him." And you hear that gravelly voice, and you feel a presence gathering behind you, and he says, "Now, little birds shouldn't be singing in the dark." I need another Constitution saving throw from you. This one's going to be DC 20.
I don't think I'm gonna make that. No, I don't. 10.
10. As you feel this presence push onto you, you feel pure malevolence and pure hatred for all things living and warm push you out of this space. Just as you're about to go, Edward says, "Please, no! You have to save me. You have to save my father." And then you're cut off. And you all watch as Zuak comes back to reality, blood still pooling above his beak.
I'm just gonna quickly start like shivering and pushing the blood from my eyes. I'm not strong enough. I can't. It won't let him go. He's in there. He hears he's in there. We need to save the king. He needs us to save the king.
What?
Oh, hi, Stan.
Oh, it's Daniel.
Morning.
I can't do that again. Not today.
Which
What
kid?
did you do?
I tried to remove the curse. It's definitely a curse. But I couldn't. I wasn't strong enough.
Make me an intelligence or a religion check. I'll say intelligence or wisdom. 'Cause I think religion is intelligence in a weird way for 5th edition. Even though all clerics are wisdom based.
Do wisdom. Not great. 11.
11. You get the sense that this is something that might work in the future. You get the sense that there is an entity actively concentrating on this curse, and that you are able to break that concentration momentarily, but unless you can stop the thing that is continually going to cast the curse again, there's going to be something there stopping you from taking him. You feel like you broke through and had the opportunity to free him, but not the means or the knowledge as to what was going to be there when you got there. Like, you feel like you've opened the door to the cage, but you've just not been able to grab him out before someone else shut the door again.
I would need to see if I could maybe bring something and be a bit more prepared next time.
But someone.
I don't know if I can bring someone through with me. It's a personal thing.
Nah, it's bullshit.
Bloody magic users.
I'm already spent, guys. I'm going to need some time to rest.
You said save the king. Which king?
His father.
His father. Did he say
Oh, well,
that?
I don't know. He didn't specify, so I don't know when he was taken.
I mean, both kings were taken, so.
But does he remember
Does it matter?
Howard becoming king? That's. I don't know how long he's been like this.
Does it matter?
Well, it does, because then we're rescuing the wrong one.
I don't think
I
there is
think
a wrong
we're
one.
probably going to end up rescuing both of them, to be honest.
Most likely, yeah.
I do like the idea of you like rescuing Harold and then you see his dad Tommen just like on the other side and you're like, one's enough. We've got a king.
We don't need to. I'm very much weakened by that. It spoke to me and it was not kind, whatever it was. It does not like us. It does not like life.
Now I really want to play with it. Was it strong?
Very much so.
Fuck yeah.
You could probably smash it though. I believe in you being the leader.
Did you see it or
No, I saw Edward in shadow,
in shadow?
bound by it.
So you do think he's in the Shadowfell?
I can't confirm it, but it didn't feel like here.
I just want to point out that Zuak can't see in the dark, so for all we know, it could be anywhere.
You're really right, Lubnub.
It's true. I am blind. I can't see in the dark. And I'm just gonna still continue to rub my eyes and be like, at least his skin is healed, so when we get him out, I don't know if he felt anything when it was going on. I don't know if they're there consciously.
It's just a naked body, isn't it now?
Yes.
With the bandages that wear my clothes.
Yeah. I presume it's like female armor in a video game style bandaging. You're covering up just the barest amount of the only important things.
Damn it, I was gonna say roll for dong. Roll for dong.
Well, to be clear, Lubnub has what in medicine? +0, so take that as you will.
Yeah.
There was an attempt. Alright.
I definitely need a rest, guys.
I'm just gonna scoop up the unconscious naked prince. Roll him over one shoulder.
I took a long rest, didn't I, the night before? Or
You
I
did.
stay awake?
You took a long rest, but everyone essentially immediately got into combat after completing their long rest. So everyone is bloodied and bruised.
No.
Okay, apart from Nytharia, because I don't think you really
I
spent
did
much.
basically nothing.
I didn't.
I was gonna say, I think the only two people who took damage is me and Zuak.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm-
right.
I'm covered.
But you
in
did
burns.
spend 2 spell slots,
Yeah, I did.
2 pretty high level spell slots if I remember,
Yeah.
and then
I think I only used one bardic inspiration
Yeah.
on spell.
yeah,
I've never even used
Zuak
that
has been
spell.
beaten to shit, and Lubnub has been burned to shit.
Okay.
I don't have access to the spells that we would need for this interrogation anymore. Not after.
I mean, you guys can rest. I've got things to do.
I'm
I'm going to head up to Harold's room.
I assume
Okay.
you're limping.
Yeah, like just kind of like
I'm
hobbling.
just scoop up on my other shoulder, Zuak's.
as you guys say you need to go for a long rest, Ariadne pipes up and says, we've got spare rooms in my manor if you'd like to use it as a sort of unofficial home base.
It could be safer than here.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
I think
need
that's
to-
probably best choice.
Nothing with any type of sense would attack my father's house.
Perhaps we sleep on the ship with your father as well. Actually, I think we need to give him this information.
I
see
think you will
nothing
find it tough to
sense. The
rest
king-
broad daylight
the king's
during the
job.
ship travel. They are fighting a war, remember.
But I'm old. You know, I can.
It
sleep
was
anywhere.
less the noise and more the war.
The war.
during the war.
That actually sounds a little bit soothing.
That's true, actually. But we would need to give this information.
What was
to your
that, Stan?
father in the morning.
You underestimate Zoax. He can sleep anywhere.
I do have one slight thing to point out, and I gesture using my shoulder that's got the naked prince body. What are we going to do with this? Can't really walk through the streets with this one.
Cover him with a blanket.
I've got a bedroll.
Perhaps we
But
could
it's like
I could make it look like a balloon if we want.
I'm not letting you near this body again after the man.
You did try and resculpt his face with beef last time.
There's
And-
been times when I've carried her home so much in worse of a state than that. I know that's hard to believe, but I mean it. I honestly think her walking with you, put a blanket over him, people will just think he's drunk.
Okay.
As long as we cover the face.
Does anyone have a blanket?
I'll take my bedroll out and just...
Well, there's
You,
two
like-
rooms upstairs that have unused blankets at the moment.
You like
Yeah, we
wrap
should
him
just
up,
take a blanket.
wrap him up in your bedroll, just like sleeping bag style. It's just
Oh,
like a
wait,
big caterpillar.
Yes.
If we just go upstairs, there's like a carpet and we can roll him in that. That's not suspicious at all.
That's worse.
I'm gonna.
Just-
Speaking up from experience, don't do that one.
Oh.
There's
Blanket.
blankets that are
Yeah,
being used.
let's go find a nice soft blanket in a random room.
I say this carrying both Zuax and the body still.
Do we find a random blanket?
Yeah, fairly easy to find a completely random blanket. You guys go up to Edward's room.
Yeah, 2 rooms are unoccupied now.
Yeah.
Or are they?
And now that we're in Edward's room, I would like to search that bitch for any clues.
Make me an
Actually,
investigation
yeah,
check.
Yeah, me too.
Anyone who would
Yeah,
like to,
same.
anyone who would like to make investigation checks can do so, and if anyone would like to give advantage to someone else, declare that now.
I would like to go over to Nyla, and I would like to cast guidance.
Like wins.
So do I get a +4?
No, it's plus 1d4, so you roll a d4 to every roll within the next minute.
And I will give it
Good.
to you as well, Torek.
16 total.
I will say you can't do them simultaneously, so it will have to be
Oh, it
one
is
or t'other.
concentration. Sorry, Nyla. Nyla, it's Nyla then.
Okay, so Nyla, what did you get?
Like
16 total.
And what are you looking for? Like, what are you looking through? Are you just, like, ransacking the entire place, or are you trying to find something in particular?
I'm gonna look in places that I think people would hide things. So, like, in drawers, like at the back or under stuff, like behind books, like stuff that would be like easy-ish access, but like hidden from plain sight.
Excellent. And you got a 17.
I'm just getting sus. 16.
16. As you're looking through, you don't see any kind of, like, obvious hidden compartments or, like, anything that you would be suspicious about in the, like, regular sense of the word. There's no, like, secret passages or anything like that in there. But you do find a stash of just, like, a small coin purse. Looks as if he's just, like, had some gold in his chamber that he kind of keeps at the back of his clothes drawer for emergencies of 55 gold pieces.
Sick.
And you also find a book that seems to be sort of a Kingsguard memoirs of just the names of some of the previous brothers and some deeds that they done. You remember that he was the captain of the Kingsguard.
Okay, I mean, I'll take that with me.
Any other papers or anything like that? Like
It doesn't look like he was doing work in this room. Like you
Yeah,
don't,
there's not like
you don't
there's
see
not
signs of a
books that-
desk. You don't see like a library here. This looks
And I
to
don't
be
see
just
anything
his bed chamber.
Shadowfelly.
No, not really.
How about we go into Harold's room next?
So what?
I was gonna
I think
say,
Torek
actually.
and Stan were both wanting to do things as
Yeah.
well.
I didn't mean me first.
I've got a little
but
chaotic shit to do while they're doing them battle weight.
It's investigation 12. Ugh.
12. Similar to Nilathria, you're looking through.
Not any diaries or anything.
The only thing that could class as even close to a diary is that Kingsguard memoir. You don't see anything like particularly unusual in there. It seems to be just like collections of like people who done great deeds and like tournaments won, or like a particularly noble sacrifice that someone done 200 odd years ago, things like that.
Okay.
Stan, what were you up to?
I rolled a 19 for investigation, and I'm gonna be lifting up the bed, checking underneath it, depending on how much we weigh, lifting away bookshelves.
Okay. Searching through, searching behind things, underneath all the furniture. Still on a 19, you still find nothing of use.
Damn.
God damn it.
Other than
Again in
the
that
55 gold and the Kingsguard memoir.
So while they were all doing that,
Yeah.
could Lubnub have snuck off to Harold's room and started ransacking it?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
That's a 19.
19. You guys, as you're like going through stuff, you just hear like thunk, and just like you rush into Harold's room, and I imagine Lubnub is like chucking chests of drawers out, like just fully fucking barbarian in a china shop, ransacking this room. Again, you find a small purse of gold, which I would imagine you don't even bother counting.
No, as soon as I recognise it's gold, it's over the shoulder.
Yeah, so that's just scattered about the room as gold coins. You find like a small gem, looks to be some sort of ruby or sapphire, just of completely grey quality, just like cut to be precious but completely grey. Then you
That's
just
for
find
Nyla.
like collections of the similar stuff that you would have found in Edward's room, just like clothes, shoes, that sort of thing.
Damn it. I'm gonna
I will walk back into the other room and toss Nyla the gem.
Sick.
Yeah, it's just a completely grey gem. It looks to be
In
like
the
the
bag.
size of a small pebble, almost like the size of a D20, but like obviously just gem shaped.
Lovely. Thank you.
I am going through the again kind of diaries and anything written that seems personal from anyone really.
It looks like you don't see any evidence that these guys were keeping their work in their bedrooms. I think you look around and you're like, well, this castle's huge. They probably had a study, or they probably had a something like that.
Is
I
this,
think if we
is
had-
this you as a DM saying there is nothing else to find in here? Or?
This is me as a DM saying, on the dice rolls you
Yeah.
got, you don't find anything interesting in those rooms.
Well, I'm rolling
Whether
again then.
whether that's a dice roll
Wait,
problem,
am I allowed another?
not in the
one
same
more?
room.
Yeah,
You can
for
go to the
Harold's.
other room
Yeah.
if you would like.
That's what I'm.
Toric, I give you guidance.
You get guidance, Toric.
And
Don't worry, Lubnub already prepared everything for you to see.
1d4's worth of value. You got a d4 there?
Yep, and that's a 4, so 13 plus 4 plus 4.
So
13
13 plus 8, that's 21. On a 21, other than that grey gem,
Okay,
you don't find anything of interest.
cool.
Okay, so there's nothing in this
I
room.
stick my head in and I go, and I pick up the coins from the ground.
You
Oh, I
can,
would like.
you
Can I
can
help do that as well?
you can add
One.
another 75 gold split between the two of you. So call it 37 each, and then someone has to take a 38th.
I'll take that.
You'll take the extra one.
Yeah, I'll have picked up 1 coin or whatever. How
Cool.
much would that be?
1 gold coin.
1 gold coin, eh?
You said you picked up 1 gold coin, you get 1 gold coin.
That's what I did.
Nope, I'm no
You said
longer poor as
138,
chips.
then.
I think it's time to go for a rest, and we can search like rooms and studies later.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to rest. I don't intend to. Does anyone intend to not rest?
I'm gonna. Toric's gonna rest. Toric needs
He'll get a
little
sleep,
rest.
but he won't need a rest.
So he's just.
Off on my own I go.
So just
Go back at Ariadne's.
just now, Lathria, and I presumably Ariadne, if you're going back to her place.
If you do this flare thing again, if you need me.
I will. I assume she's not coming with me. If you're all going to hers, I assume you're going with her.
I thought you said you were going to Ariadne's. Sorry.
No, I think they all are. I'm just going off on my own if no one's coming with me.
Yeah.
Stan said he's going to nap, so I'm just going off on my own.
So where is everyone else going? Ariadne's, or are you?
Yeah, Ariadne's.
Wonderful.
Ariadne's.
Before we go, can we dress the naked corpse we have with their clothes?
But no,
You
we
can.
just a blanket will do, man. A blanket will do. We're not gonna do that. Come on.
You can if you want.
Right, but
Lubnub is waiting on the say to go and is just playing with the ring of get big.
Mush.
Get big.
Ow. Just like get it off his shoulders. Just try and get it dressed.
Oh, yeah, mate, I fucking dumped that on the floor when we got in here.
Mm.
Nice, yeah.
It's just like a sprawled corpse in a sleeping bag.
Oh, alright, buddy. I'll get you dressed.
Oh, buddy.
Excellent. You dress him in presumably his clothes and not his 15-year-old brother's.
Please put
After
me in
a
the
Give it
15-year-old
the
brother.
crop top and,
Dan's gonna like reach around for clothes and go.
It's
"After a
it's
brief
like that scene in
preparation,
Shrek 2 where he first tries on the
Yeah.
nobleman's clothes.
Yeah, where he's just like all the way up the arm. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, it's not right.
Yeah, so you dress him in his regular clothing, and then you guys head over to Ariadne's. Nilatria, what are you up to?
I leave the there, and
I leave the there.
I leave the there. I leave the castle, and I start walking towards the church.
Amazing. You make your way there. You are unaccosted as the city moves on. You do hear some grumbling of just like regular folks disappointed that there's going to be no public execution today.
ooh.
I am going to stop in to whatever just random shop that has clothes along the way,
Sure.
and I'm gonna buy like just like a plain like either like dark grey or black hooded cloak with a long enough hood that like that way if I pull it down over my head it kind of obscures like the top half of my face.
Yeah.
I want to buy that.
Perfect.
How much is it? Do I find it and how much?
Yeah, you find that no problem. Just a simple black cloak is going to cost you about 5 silver.
Okay.
But I will remind you that it still doesn't overcome your disadvantage for your armor.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Just
I'm
as
gonna
a
remove
reminder.
a gold because I don't have any silver.
Okay, if you remove a gold, if you pay with a gold, they'll give you back 5 silver.
Okay. Lovely. I'm gonna put that on so that it's covering my face, and I'm gonna put on the glasses that I have that make my eyes shine
Mhm.
like gold.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that on, but then I'm gonna cover it down, and I'm gonna walk to the church. In my head, I'm gonna go. Zurax would hate this.
So you are going to the church with your big shady cloak, but also armor just shining through every now and again.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's very obviously me.
Yeah, and
So
eyes
get a
of
reroll.
and glowing
character.
yellowish eyes. Not quite the
Yes.
pure gold of the chosen, but gold-ish.
I'm hoping that it passes well enough to be offensive.
Oh, okay.
To be clear, that's the goal here. And I'm gonna head into the church with my head fairly down so that it's not available immediately unless I look up. And I'm gonna get to the church and try to find anyone.
Excellent. You can definitely just find someone in the church.
Like someone who works for the church, ideally, not just like a visiting.
Are you looking
Worshiper.
for someone in charge, or are you just looking
I
for
want-
literally any church member?
I want to speak to. I can't remember either of their names. I want to speak to either the lady or the man archbishop that I met before, the guy with the mohawk or the woman.
So you met the two archbishops, which one of them
Yeah.
was called Gwendolyn, and one of them was called Zuri.
I'm looking
Gwendolyn-
for either of
Gwendolyn
them, but
was
if I
the
can't
lady
see either
and
of them,
Zuri
I'm
was
looking
the-
for someone
the
to
man.
ask where they are.
Okay, make me just a pure like D100 luck roll. If you get above 50, one of them is just standing there.
Okay. Oh, 52! One of them is standing there.
Excellent. One of them is currently just like standing in front, not really leading a sermon, but just looking to be like cleaning an area of the church. Would you rather it was the dwarf or the elf?
I don't mind. That's up to you. Either.
Cool. The elf is standing there. Gwendolyn is cleaning down parts of the church.
I'm going to say, with my head still down, so still obscured, I'm going to say, Gwendolyn, I'm really hoping that I can speak to you privately. It is a matter of haste.
She turns around. Ah, Nylathria. So good of you to join us. Are you back for your dinner date?
In an ideal world, yes. But although that is a matter of great haste, this might be even more so. Do you have a private place we can speak? And I do mean speak, unfortunately.
But of course. Follow me, and she leads you off to a small side chamber, somewhat of a confessional.
Okay, and I am going to immediately look her in the eyes, and I want to roll an insight to see if she looks offended as fuck that I am weirdly cosplaying her chosen one people.
So, is your intention here to be like immediately seen as this is a magic item and that your intention is to offend her?
However she interprets it, I'm seeing it as like it's not that good of a magic item. I don't think I'm not trying to fool her that I'm the chosen one.
Right. But what I mean is, like, there are certain ways you can just comport yourself. What I'm saying is this Nylathria's attempt to be like, oh, I'm impersonating this minority, I'm going to ineffectively do a bad job at pretending to be that? Or is this Nylathria just hoping that the eyes are seen as, like, colour contacts?
I hope her that she thinks that it is a magic item. Because
Okay.
I'm trying to go for as much offence as possible. And I'll tell you, like, my intention is that I'm thinking if she's a doppelfucker,
Right.
she probably won't give a fuck because she'll be like, why is this person doing this? That's so peculiar. But if she's really devoted to this church and is like who she says she is, or if even as a doppel person, if she's really devoted to this church and I'm just mocking her religion,
Okay.
I feel like there's going to be some offence. So I'm trying to
give me a performance check to see how well you're like being perceived.
Okay, that is a 24.
Ooh.
As soon as your eyes are revealed, you see her eyes go a little wide. Well, continue. What seems to be the problem?
Nothing's a problem. I honestly, and again, I'm going for full. I'm wanting to cause upset. I'm wanting to see if she seems upset, and I'm going to go. I just thought this might make things more interesting, and I'm going to smirk and wink at her. I thought you'd like this. I thought it would appeal.
Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yes. Oh, that's a nat 20 for 27.
You watch someone go through the emotional spectrum of someone has shown up at her door disguised as her father and has tried to invite her to bed. Like, you're watching a woman go through anger and disgust and is trying to work out how best to deal with this situation while also remaining a nice person who works for the church.
I'm going to immediately hold my hands up in like a kind of like surrendery thing, and I'm going to say to her, I'm going to go, full transparency, I am entirely looking for a reaction here. I
can believe
I
that.
take off the glasses, and I go, I mean no disrespect to your religion.
That might be in debate.
Yes, no, I was trying to cause disrespect to see how you would react to it, but I don't actually have any disrespect for your religion. I'm terribly sorry. Genuinely, I apologize. But it wasn't needless. I promise.
You may continue with your explanation at your leisure.
I really need for you to come with me somewhere to meet my friend who is going to cast a spell on you, because I really need you to prove your identity to me.
I apologise. I fear there has been some misunderstanding. You have come to my home with the intention
Yes.
of offending me and my
Yes.
religion. And
Yes.
under that pretense, you have now said, come to this second new location where you are unprotected, so that my gang of friends, criminals...
No, not gang of friends. Just
gang of criminals are going to cast a spell which you have not specified to prove if I'm loyal to an organisation I belong to and you do not.
There are people impersonating people within your church of extreme significance.
Do you have any proof of this?
No.
You can see the dilemma I've been placed in then, no?
I'm telling you the truth.
Is that so?
Can you cast Zone of Truth?
Roll me an insight check.
It's a 25.
You have touched on a very, very sensitive nerve. I have not been blessed with as many gifts as his radiance, and thus do not have the gravitas to call upon the Morning Lord's power at my own whim.
But you get that I'm getting at I would let you cast that on me because I am telling the truth.
I understand the sentiment behind the request. You have not yet convinced me to leave my protection to be accosted in an alleyway.
Well, that's very reasonable. I won't even lie. That's perfectly reasonable. I would say you could bring someone with you if you trusted them, but I do need you to know that they might not be who they say they are, and that could be very upsetting for you.
I fear this interaction has already bordered on the upsetting, so perhaps me having protection is the best way forward.
And I have no problem with you having protection.
Perhaps the most comfortable way to do this would be if your friends came here to where I am safe.
I understand this, but I've just told you I have knowledge that there are people within your church who are not who they say they are, and they're actually very dangerous.
And yet you have neither proof nor confirmation.
But I'm trying to protect you, and I'm trying to
this.
gain you as an ally, because I think this person is against your god.
I understand.
And honestly, they're playing you for absolute puppets.
You are not helping your case.
I'm being honest with you, and very upfront. You could just kill me. I saw you cast magic before. I put myself here. Have I got any friends with me? No. My friends don't even know where I am.
Roll me a persuasion check.
21.
You see her soften a little. I appreciate that you have taken a risk coming to my centre of power and talking to me in private. However, it is slightly unreasonable to ask someone to go against their best wishes with no concrete proof. Upon saying that, if you were to provide me with any kind of physical or first-hand evidence that this is true, I would be more than happy to launch an internal investigation with myself at the head and only including people that I know I can trust after having passed certain tests.
If I tell you something, and I mean if I tell you and you aren't who you say you are, you're already going to know this and it's not going to be that big of a problem. But if I tell you and you tell everyone else and then they might know things that they shouldn't, it's going to become a problem. I really need to know that you are who you say you are. And do you know, I have a spell, and would you let me cast the spell on you? If it's it's not harmful in the slightest.
Do you have a name for this spell?
I want to catch you off guard.
You can see where this becomes concerning for me.
Yes,
I hope.
okay, right. Well, I want to cast Detect Thoughts on you.
You may read my surface level thoughts.
That makes me think you've got something to hide.
Everyone should be entitled to their own mind being private.
That's very fair. I actually fully agree with that. But are you okay if I cast Detect Thoughts on you for your surface level thoughts?
She bows her head.
And I will cast Detect Thoughts, and then I will look her in the eyes very intently, and I will just say, your chosen one, the prince and now king, was actually not himself and a monster pretending to be him. And I'm reading her thoughts.
The surface level thoughts are immediate. This person is insane. This is a wild accusation to be making, and I do not believe a word you are saying. You may be attractive, but that is irrelevant.
I believe that you're you. What did you say is irrelevant?
You may be attractive, but that seems irrelevant.
Okay, I believe you now. It's not going to be irrelevant when I save the entire city, but we'll get back to that at a later date. These creatures have seemingly infiltrated your church. They were talking about it when we fought them. Literally this morning.
You do not seem particularly battle-hardened. You look as if you have had a singularly relaxing morning.
I'm going to show her my rapier. And I'm going
Sparkling
to say, look at this.
clean.
This has the power of the sun.
Sparkling clean and completely unscratched rapier is presented.
You would love it. It has the power of the sun. I don't need to slash things up. Nothing needs to be messy.
Well, that sounds delightful.
It is. But this whole situation of me saying this to you was to try and find out if we could have allies within the church, because I'm going to be very upfront with you. I believe in you, and I think that your god would want to battle the darkness. No one else in my group thinks that.
Does Nylathria genuinely confess that she is believing in this god?
Yes.
Make me a persuasion check.
I like her god of sunshine. I'm all about shiny things. This is it's not the best, but not the worst. I've got a plus. What's my plus? Is quite high. Persuasion or performance?
Persuasion. I presume you're not lying.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It's not. Yeah, it's not a lie. It's still an 18, so it's not.
18. She places her hand on yours, like grabs your hand.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I appreciate the sentiment. Truly, I do. And I have always got time for a devoted follower. I'm glad to hear that you believe in the power of the sun and the dawn. And I am saddened to hear of this tragedy involving the prince or king. Should this prove to be real, I want you to know that the church will stand by any evidence found proclaiming the once prince, now king, a danger. But as of yet, we are of the mind that the prince, now king, is of sound mind.
Okay. Will you keep this kind of hush hush for at least like a day or two?
I will not speak of this to anyone else.
But if you're so the spell we were using was Moonbeam, and that was revealing these things.
Unfortunately,
they're within your walls.
Unfortunately, given our Lord's domain, I fear the power of the moon is off limits to us.
Yes, I get that, and that's why I'm saying my friend can do it. And I'm going to be really honest with you. I think my friend would be absolutely overjoyed to cast that spell on some of you because he's got a bit of a problem with you.
A problem with the church?
No, I think it's more of a personal thing. I don't really know why. It seems... I don't know. I don't understand. There's quite a lot of them have a problem with you, really. But I don't.
As far as
I'm
I'm
trying to
aware,
make allies here.
we
I'm
have
trying
not
to
done
convince
anything
them.
particularly offbeat.
Offbeat.
Do they have a problem with something in particular?
I'll ask them.
Please. If they have concerns, I'm sure we would be more than happy to address them.
No.
Okay, I have sending, so I may try and stay in contact with you if I can come up with any proof. I'm not really sure what proof you're looking for. Prince Tommen witnessed it all. If I bring him here and he tells you, would you believe him?
If his royal brother was capable of testifying that the king is under the influence of some malevolent creature, that would of course be evidence enough.
Well, of course, we can absolutely do that. I'll sending him on my way to where I'm going, perhaps. But I'll send him here. Don't speak about this until then. If I hear that you've been speaking about this, you and me, our chances are out the window.
On my honour, I will not reveal any of this until asked to.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave now.
I bid you a farewell.
Have a nice day.
She just lets you leave.
And I just leave and I go,
Yeah.
That went excellent. I'm so glad I did that.
Excellent. Do you head back to Ariadne's?
Yeah. And I'm gonna, when I get there, regardless of, because it's not been that long. Like, if they're sleeping for 8 hours, it's not been that long.
Yeah, it's probably been, probably take you half an hour to get there, 10-15 minutes conversation. Probably an hour to get from that end of the city to Ariadne's. Probably everyone is resting when you get there. But I will remind everybody that a long rest does not need to be 8 hours of sleep. It just needs to be 8 hours of inactivity. So you can all be awake and chatting if you would like.
Well, actually, we don't have much to...
Just as a note, like, you don't have to be asleep to long rest.
Or anything happens, Lubnub puts himself in one of the guest rooms, locks the door, and is finally sleeping in a comfy bed.
You do so.
Anyway.
Lubnub, it feels
So,
amazing.
why did I buy that teenage doll?
Oh, so the original plan was to drug the young king and put him in my bag of holding and then take him out. You know, just walk out with him while he was paralyzed. And then, you know, the statue, the thing was, you know, it was a long story.
Was Mad Marvin right by any chance?
He was 110% right. He sussed me out almost instantaneously. I really like him for that.
Rex, I don't think you should be a doctor anymore. I wouldn't trust you around any.
I've did good healing things. I've looked after people.
I hate to break it to you. Mad Marvin was implying that Stan is talking about the time that Mad Marvin said, "Excuse me, pal, do you like kids?"
Well, I don't like kids. It's weird. A few people have asked me that recently. It's kind of strange.
Can I walk in at that comment and just...
Yeah, you walk in just as Stan, in a shocking parody of Mad Marvin, says, "Excuse me, pal, do you like kids?"
And I'm just gonna look at Zuax with just confusion and just a touch of disgust.
I don't like kids. I was going to drug him and then interview him. It was a completely different thing.
I did drug him, and somehow I'm less weird and conspicuous than you.
No, you didn't drug him. You
Very
drugged yourself,
specifically,
and
Ashrea, you did not drug him.
I'm like, well, I spiked him. Just because he didn't drink it didn't mean I didn't do it.
My original plan was to walk in.
What kind of group am I in?
I would walk in with the dummy, which I've still got, and I'm going to take it out of the bag of holding and set it down in a chair. I would walk in
Get
with
rid
this
of it.
dummy. I would pretend that I'm going to cast a spell on it so that I could create a statue at a later date. But what I do is I walk out the young king's room with the king in a paralysed state and be like, yes, the magic is taking effect. I must rush. And then, boom. We had him.
They didn't. They thought we were joking, so it didn't work very well.
Yes, the young king thought
Quite
I was...
frankly, I'm scared if it would have worked, if I'm being honest.
I think it was a great
If that
plan.
had worked, the guard needed to be fired on the spot.
Yeah.
Fair, I would give you that one, yeah. But only if he wasn't, you know, a doppel thing.
Quite frankly, I don't think it would matter if he was a doppel thing. No one deserves what you've described to me. You haven't explained what you're planning to do to the drugged 15-year-old boy
And
afterwards.
I was going to, like, figure out if he was who he was saying he was.
He's also dead now, so there's.
Mild torture, at most.
It's not relevant anymore. I think.
Mm. You do have a pretty specific memory of someone killing him, not 3 hours ago.
What? Who would do that?
Who indeed would deliver the final blow?
Who would deliver the final blow to the one who's the king? Who would? Monsters, honestly. But Alex, I'm unsure of where to continue with this conversation. Now,
I mean, you did just call me a...
Get rid of
Yeah.
You know, you did basically call me a Yaga beast there, so like...
You know, you haven't confirmed or denied that, quite frankly.
But I have confirmed that I'm
He
not,
did
because I wasn't-
specifically deny it. He did specifically deny that.
Nyla, you
And
know
then
I don't like...
promptly said, I would only commit mild torture to a 15-year-old boy while tied up. That
Nyla,
doesn't instill hope.
You knew what I was doing. You understood. You understood, Nyla.
Did you, Nyla?
It's hard to answer yes or no to that because I don't agree with his practices in the slightest. But we did reveal exactly what we needed to be revealed, so
I think I'm a good doctor.
Get rid of the doll.
But I've grown kind of attached to it. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to keep it.
You're somehow making this worse.
the
I'm
doll
just
of a
going to
15-year-old.
levitate it. I'm just going to levitate it and shove it out the window and let it fly away.
Nice.
Yeah, you watch as Stan just casts some magic and it floats out the window like a bad parade float.
I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss him.
Don't worry, it'll only float for another 10 minutes.
Please let it be the window that leads to the kennels.
All of a sudden,
You just hear a massive amount of dogs all barking and howling at this weird wooden toy.
Oh, damn it.
Ariadne's just like, I suppose I should go feed them.
Yeah, probably.
So, what's everybody's plan after the long rest?
before the long rest, I'm gonna send my, or that won't change. The long rest won't change it. Well, it's
So
delayed, the sending stone.
if you want to, oh, you have a sending stone.
Yeah, you gave me it.
Yes, but that only receives to one stone. But you cannot
Yeah, so
choose a
there's
new
grace.
target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about sending to the priestess.
No, I'm just gonna. I assume I just get a short rest,
If you would like to take a short rest, you can.
and I'm just counting my words, but I'm going to send that.
Cool. And then everyone else, assuming no one wants to interrupt the long rest, you guys start getting control of the characters again around 4 p.m.
Okay.
Hooray!
Take a long rest.
All the
Thank you for my
misspells.
spells. Oh, I feel so much more powerful
I
now.
can use Moonbeam on everyone who crosses our path again.
Just
I've
going through the
gained
city,
nothing.
disintegrating commoners.
Yeah, man. You gotta make sure
As
they're
it
not
should.
double fucks.
I'm glad
Listen,
someone
Torek,
keep the name. Thank you,
Can
Torek.
levitate so we can twice disintegrate as much as possible. Just stack the people on top of each other and
Yeah, exactly. Just like
Well,
make
now-
a pile like
So,
in the Holy Grail.
My
Mm.
The pile of dead.
my question for the DM:
Yes?
do I still have burns from Moonbeam then? Because I've not received magical healing yet.
You have gained your hit points back, but you have the visible markings of injuries. They are healing, especially given your biology in general. You heal very quickly. So you are healing. They're a bit tender.
And we did cast.
It might come useful later.
We cast Moonbeam on Tommen and Ariadne briefly, didn't we?
Yeah, Ariadne
Yes.
also got smacked with it a little bit.
Smacked with it a little. Yeah. Okay.
As you guys are walking around, you guys know that it is broad daylight outside.
So it's not Scotland in October.
But it's only 4 p.m. Even 4 p.m. is still daylight in Scotland at the moment.
X'd out on that
No.
one.
oh, it's not.
Yeah, but okay, yes.
Well, I guess we head back to the castle and see if we've got the meeting set up yet.
Yeah.
Do you want me to text you, Dylan, the message that I'd send?
Unless you would like to say it, like if you want to say it on stream, that's fine. But if you would rather it be private, sure.
I'll text you it.
What? If it's okay to ask, Nyla. Okay, out of character. Sometimes it's Nylathria. Sometimes it's another
It's
thing.
Nylatheria.
Sometimes it's
No, just people
Nylatheria.
don't say it right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for Nyla. Wait, did I? Yes, I did. Nyla, I was wondering, would you what were you doing?
Gaining allies.
What?
I was gaining allies.
Is your intention
Don't
to
worry
keep
about
this secret? Would you like to make a stealth check? Because you know you have to take out the sending stone to send something. So if you want to hide it from the party, are you like going off to stealth?
I mean, I like to think I just walk outside and walk around the corner and do it, or go to another room in the mansion. This is my friend's house. I think
that's
I could
what I'm
just
saying,
go
like,
to another room and shut the door.
That's what I'm saying. You actually go off to do this.
Yeah, when I'm only short resting, so I
Yeah.
only need to rest for an hour. So if they're all sitting around resting, I can just go to another room.
So the rest of the party has no knowledge that
Yeah.
you even done the magic, is what I was getting at. So Torek would
Yeah,
not know
ideally.
to ask that question.
Well, I know to ask the question of where were you?
Yes,
in this-
separately from
Yeah, you asked where
separately
I
from the
was, and
sending.
I've just
Sorry.
said I was trying to gain allyship.
Gain. Who? Oh, okay.
I just think it's better if we know who a few people, if we try to work out if a few people aren't doppelgangers. And I can't cast Moonbeam, but I gained one person that I think is not a doppel monster.
I'm gonna look at my burn marks as she says that.
And it's still pending. And I'll let you know when the time comes, you can cast Moonbeam on them.
I mean, you want to get a couple more allies? At least one.
Yeah? I think we should get all the allies we can.
Hey, Tarek, I'm gonna need at least you to come with me to talk to Raph.
Oh.
Can I come?
Oh, it's an open invitation. Whoever wants to come talk to Raph, feel free.
I'll come along.
I kind of gesture to like some of the burns on my arm. If I tell
We've
Raph,
already killed one, Edward. Let's go kill another.
if I tell Raph that I was able to take your moonbeam, he will not shit out of taking it.
I don't like Nicholas, so I'm really hoping you get to cast it on him.
If he is a doppelfuck, he's mine.
You've said this before. That's fine. You can murder your supervisor.
I'm reiterating in
promise.
case anyone didn't listen.
I'll make sure if we run into him, I'll stop the spell before it does too much damage.
What? Oh, Nicholas, I thought you were going to say Raph. I was like, nah, fucking go for it. Honestly, even with Nicholas, fucking, I don't know if you can make it bigger. Go for it.
Okay.
Just go. I kill him.
Yeah, with Nicholas, don't even ask if you can do it. Just immediately cast it. He's an ass.
I have nothing to give you, but if I had something valuable, I'd give you it to do that.
It'll
Not gonna
be
lie.
my pleasure.
So you
Go into
guys,
the pub.
you guys make your way to the Hands of the Valley pub.
Excellent.
As you go down, you can see that it is, again, broad daylight. You guys are walking through the city. It takes you about half an hour to get there. As you're walking through, you start to see shadow forming over the city.
Aha!
And you start to see the sun being blocked out completely.
Ah!
As you look
see-
up, you can see a mountaintop floating by. And you start to hear people in the city. Jesus Christ, Kieran.
You died.
No, my power. They took away the sun.
You start to see people in the street getting excited as you all look up and you see a flying city
They're excited.
getting ready to land nearby.
Do we recognise this?
Roll me a history check.
This-
Anyone who would like to can roll me a history check on which
Nope.
city
Oh, for
this
fuck's
is.
I'm just going to assume this is the city that we were told about, like, the high up people.
That's
It's a 21.
18.
Torek
Four.
hasn't been above.
Torek,
ground enough.
you've never seen a flying city.
Shit.
On a 4, you've never seen a flying city before.
I know they exist.
You know they exist,
Yeah.
but this is a mystical thing for you. It is a mountaintop decapitated from a mountain that is floating through with buildings and city on it. And you can
This
see
is 100%
ships.
the city we're at war with.
You can see ships floating round it and landing. And you can see that there are ships specifically going from the island to the castle and docking at one of the towers there. What did everyone else get?
18.
18
21.
and 21. You guys both recognise Titan's Rock,
Ooh.
which is the capital city of the sky. This is the city where they founded the Council of Nine, which rules the planet.
Which in the future will have some events.
Which in the future is in my other game. But that is
Is there
a distant future for you people.
Is there a reason why this would be here right now?
Roll me a history check.
15.
15. You know that the flying cities are always travelling. This is pretty normal for places to receive visits, sometimes announced, sometimes unannounced, especially if they are on a ley line where the current tends to travel. It's very easy to dock at certain places and not at other certain places. There's very few places in the world where a mountain can hover over it safely and not interact with the ground below it while doing supply runs and basically the equivalent of a restocking of a cruise ship, and that it is a city that cannot grow its own food because it does not have extra land. It has to make stops to do just to get new stock of things, to get new trade of things. So it's a good chance that this city is just needing food and has picked somewhere along the line to just stop.
This feels like horrendous timing. Should we just ignore this and continue with our plan, or should we do anything about this?
Well, isn't this the city that's invading us? Like, that captain was wrong. They're just here. Everyone seems
No.
excited for a fight, though.
No, that's just. This is just. I think it's just a city. I think it's just passing by, stopping off. But it feels like horrendous timing.
Does this how frequently does this happen?
They need food and stuff. They don't have farms up there.
Oh.
Makes sense. That is the fucking sky.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to more interesting things.
What?
Toric's
There's
just
a
like
floating city sky.
you drive
There are no
farms in the sky?
and he's just like, ah.
What? Well, of course there's not farms up there.
Zuax, what do you think?
I am not entirely sure what to think about this, other than it's weird that they're going to the castle, and I think we should make our way there.
I agree.
We need to find out what they're here for.
It's not like we can get up there.
How's
How high up is it?
Lubnub, I will say that you can see there are ships swarming this castle like flies that are just like envoys coming to and from, and you can see that there is clearly a large amount of, I'm not going to say naval because it is definitely sky, but there are rowboats equivalent size things all the way up to full war galleys floating around in the atmosphere around this thing.
Yeah, but they're up there.
Yes.
So because that's like the capital city, that this is like a priority to the city right now, basically.
You would be shocked at, this is the equivalent of like a royal unannounced visit, if this is unannounced, or it is the equivalent of a planned royal visit.
Okay.
This
like to
would
point
be
this
similar
out.
to like the President of the United States showing up to Glasgow unannounced, and then the House of Parliament is forced to just immediately deal with just that.
I'd also
Okay.
like to point out, guys, that there is no more king in this city right now. So we
Yeah.
best be there to help
Make me an
support
intelligence
what's going
check.
on.
Hmm.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm not that smart.
Guys,
12.
if worse comes to worse, we might find a replacement king within the party.
I feel like Tommen will just do this. I feel like Tommen will deal with this.
On a 12, and with Nilathria saying it, you realise Tommen is the last royal member of the family, and he was also already in a position of power being captain of the guards, that he is likely going to be the one personally dealing with this.
Not to be that guy, but I would also like to kind of like worm my way in. I think it'd be kind of fun. You know, we're heroes and all.
I think we need to should we? We're already here. Like we're right outside the pub, aren't we?
You guys were making your way there. You're pretty close to the pub, yeah? Like 2 streets away.
Will we just do this and then move on to the next thing?
We'll do the pub first, and then we'll go there. Yeah, I think a drink is in order before we go talk to.
You're so right.
I just want to bring at
We
least
just
Raph
all-
into
all-
this
all
group
go
of
down.
trust.
Okay.
If we can convince Edward and his sister to work with us, in this case, it'd be nice. But starting with Raph is going to be the easiest.
I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I really hope that other Edward is a doppelganger monster because I get really confused with 2 people having the same name, and just having one of them out of the equation would be excellent.
Well,
One of
but
them
the
is
other
out in the
Edward
equation.
is already out of the equation. So
No,
it's
he's a
fine.
massive part of the equation, unfortunately.
He's not. He's currently back in Ariadne's house.
This is true. This is the first time Torek is hearing about other Edward.
Other
What?
Edward is in part, I think, Lubnub's boss,
Oh,
kinda, maybe.
Yeah, basically.
But we don't like them, Torek.
oh, I'll cast.
Look,
well,
just roll with the
be
punches,
on
kid,
already.
okay?
Yes.
Wait, I've got an idea. I've got a plan. Torek, how about you and I go in and we pretend we're not part of this party?
Torek's,
Zuax, they've seen you
going
with
through
us.
the
Yeah,
edges
now
of
Lathria,
last
you have
night
vivid
with,
memories of
I'm just
Zuak
gonna
being
walk in.
hired.
I'm just going in.
like,
Torek Torik's
It's okay,
also
I'll-
going through the memories.
They're
from
doing the
last
talking
night.
thing again. The last time they did this, Lubnub had to wait
Yeah.
an hour before he could go punch a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'll
going
just
in.
follow behind Lubnub. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm
Torik's
not
just kind
arguing
of like
with him, but
is gonna respond, is thinking of what happened last night when we tried to do something together, and then is watching the others go in, and it's just like, sorry, I'll and it follows.
I'm gonna wait 2 minutes before I come in.
You
he's a
guys,
different tortoise.
you guys sit outside with a cigarette.
No, cigarettes this time.
I mean,
No.
I get in and I look around to see if I find Raph, and then I look around to see if Torik come in.
No perception check needed, Lubnub. As you walk into this bar, you see Raph standing on a table, shirtless,
Nice.
with 2 pints, one in each hand. One of them almost empty, the other one he is just starting. And he is obviously completely plastered already. And you can see a cut going from the shoulder blade on his left side all the way down his chest, all the way down his belly, to his hip bone on his right side. And you see him clearly celebrating something that has gone on. And as you walk in, he immediately tosses you a bottle of whiskey and just goes, "Lubnub! How are you, bud?"
You know. Still nothing in this city worth fighting.
Oh, don't say that, buddy. You're talking to the new champion.
Champion of what?
The fighting pits. I won today's bout.
Oh.
I drop the bottle of whiskey.
You see, make me a... Who has the highest passive perception?
I would have 16 if I if you know it wasn't.
If you
If
had
He wasn't trying to big brain this.
I have 14.
15 for me.
So, Torik and Nalathria, you can see Aelwyn in the corner, just like...
Who's this? This is another one I haven't.
You can see a lady, a very well dressed half elf, long shoulder length blonde hair, very average looking but very well dressed and put together, and is just like in the corner, just like that.
And is there any fighting pits that I don't know of?
You would know that there is a fighting pit in the city. This is not a hidden thing.
Yeah.
But it is sort of just outside the city.
But what I mean is, do I know, is it the one I know or not?
Yeah, it's the one you know.
Yeah, it's the one I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, to set up the next sentence, how long... Me and you haven't officially discussed this.
Yeah.
How long do you think Lubnub has been in the city?
Probably just coming on a year, maybe 2.
Not exactly loud, but the party hears it. 2 fucking years. And no one ever told me there was a fucking fighting pit.
Torik is backing away a little and just looking around the room to see if... Yeah, to see if I
2
recognise anyone.
fucking years.
But yes, you know of the fighting pits, which are just outside the city on the Misty Road.
Do I recognise anyone in the room?
You recognise Raph. The giant of a man standing on the table is someone that you have seen in the fighting pits before, but that you never faced.
Okay.
He is fairly famous for having killed all of his
Who was
opponents.
the guy that we met in the tunnels earlier? I thought that was this guy, but it's not.
No,
Yeah, is
that was
Nicholas or
Ronald.
Edward here?
Ronald, right, sorry.
Edward doesn't seem to be in the room at the moment.
Nicholas?
Make me a perception check. Nicholas is tough to spot in a crowd.
That's an
Torrik.
8.
You don't see Nicholas.
Do I?
I'm gonna make a perception check for Nicholas.
Make me perception
with
checks.
With tremendous self-control, Lubnub does not fly off the handle.
Is this perception? Yeah, perception.
Yeah.
12 plus 5.
17.
17.
You don't see Nicholas. You've seen him a couple times before, but you don't see him.
Lizard follow.
Yes, but you don't see him. And Lubnub, what did you get?
I got a nat 20.
Oh.
You don't
For a
see
total of 20.
you don't see Nicholas in this room, but you do see Aylwin.
I put my hood on, by the way.
Excellent.
Whereas I skirt via the bar, grab a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, and go and sit next to Alwyn and give her a glass.
Aylwin will take a glass. You are almost stopped as you go to take a glass, and then they look over at Aylwin, who just like does that sort of gesture, and you are allowed to just take from the bar. And Lub, you can see that Raph is definitely drunk in his cups, and he's trying to get you up onto the table to embrace you.
Yeah, again, it's a bit slow because Love
Yeah.
is self-controlling hard.
Yeah.
But I'll embrace him because he is kind of like a brother.
Yes. This is definitely someone who has experienced a victory. And as you're looking at Raph, this is probably the first time you've seen him shirtless. You can see that he has cuts all over his chest. And he hugs you, making sure that the blood gets on you.
Fine,
Brother.
we're just 2 shirtless men covered in blood.
Yeah, definitely. What's everybody wanting to be doing? As Raph is just like rattling at you, just not even really talking about anything in particular, just talking to you.
I'll give everyone else a chance, but then Lubnub will kind of start a conversation.
No. Torik's just looking right at you, waiting for you to act.
Okay. Does Jem want to go first, or will I talk to Raph?
Right now, I'm just kind of trying to engage in like small talk with this woman over a glass of wine while I'm eyeing Lubnub as well. This is his
Sure.
place.
She will allow you to pour her a glass.
Alright, champ. A pint to celebrate, and then I kind of give him a serious look. That's kind of just between me and him.
As you say a pint, he's like, a pint? No. I'm having a keg.
Fine, we each have a keg, and then there's some business to talk to about.
Ah, business. My favourite topic.
I think you'll like this one.
Very
I'm
well.
gonna love it.
As you go, he starts just continues just talking and drinking. He drinks as much as you allow him to, unless you try and drag him from this pub tonight. He is gonna get plastered and sleep here. But you can see as he starts on his like the 4th pint you've seen him consume. He's just.
Oh no! He said he wanted a keg.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's still drinking it pint by pint. They're not giving him a keg.
No. He's
Can't
getting
take it back.
Very well.
He is. Me and him will do a keg stand.
As you suggest keg stand, he fully embraces you again and is just like, this will be a battle worth remembering.
Yeah, and with that, because Love is he's a little butthurt, I'm gonna put on the ring of Get Big.
Roll me a D100.
Fuck yeah, that's a 61.
Ooh.
Oh god, so you're like 10 feet tall? No, 11. You're like 11 feet tall.
Yeah, and I will engage him in a battle of the keg stand, which for me is basically I just hold up a keg like a cup.
Yeah, you're drinking from a keg. He's holding the keg up, but it has 2 hands and it looks a little more ridiculous. You're like drinking from a big bucket. He's drinking from a huge barrel. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Raph's also going to roll.
My first bad roll of the day, a 15.
Good job, he has advantage. He rolled a 17 on the dice and a nat 1 on the dice.
Oh.
To be fair, that would have made it so easy to moonbeam him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watch as he's holding his own. He is a champion and in his day, and he is definitely keeping his shit together. What did you get, Lub?
15.
15. Yeah, this is your first drink of the day, but you're a champion at this as well. Old hat at drinking games. And as you finish, Raph looks at all of you and is like, so there I was in the centre of the ring, right? 4 people coming at me. The first guy, smallest cut you've ever seen. right to the leg, and then he like pulls up his trouser and shows you like clearly a full sword stab wound.
Not down.
Not down. It's like lower calf. Like try to impale him onto the
Guys,
sand.
look.
Guys, look, dick out.
And the third
He's
guy
like, guys, look.
I'm gonna lean into Alwyn, and I'm just gonna say, we need to talk to both of you, probably outside, a bit more private, fairly urgent. I know he's enjoying himself, but
Elwyn looks at you and says, "Now."
ideally now.
She just stands up, whistles, and Raph looks over immediately and is like, "Right, outside for smoke?"
Ooh.
I'm actually going to get to smoke this time.
Do you want to smoke, friend? That's
Were you not allowed?
that's not in my capacity to deny you. He pulls out
Yeah,
a
well,
tobacco
normally-
pipe.
Normally you fucking hog it all. Anyway,
Hey,
continue.
whoa, I did not know you smoked. That is not my issue. Next time you want something, ask, brother. Come on. And he walks out. As soon as you get outside, do you ask him?
Yeah?
I don't have a pipe. And he starts smoking as much as he can.
Anyway.
So
Business.
Elwyn comes outside. I presume they find Turtle just standing outside. I like to picture you were just about to come inside when the door swings open and Raph comes
To be
out.
honest, I wasn't gonna go inside. I was monitoring the ships going to and from the castle this whole entire time.
Oh, if you would like to be doing that, mate, you can make me a perception check.
Oh, please.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
boys. A 13.
13. You see a good retinue of ships going to and from. The ones that seem to be the most often contain a banner. All of the like regalia around some of them, you start to see a common theme of what looks to be an all-black flag with a red mountain encased in a bloody white fist.
Spooky.
Fun.
Yeah, I've just monitoring those ships this whole entire time, just kind of standing outside.
Yeah.
So if we've went outside,
Yeah.
we'll collect.
And
Zarat
Raph is,
and-
in his usual fashion, not sharing his tobacco with you.
Yep.
Oh, buddy, you look kind of injured there. Do you need a little bit of a hand? Like,
No. You
I can-
keep
I
that
can-
away. You keep that away.
I can make sure the scars don't stay, you know?
These scars are my trophies.
Yeah.
I let every
Well,
man
no, it's an
cut me
agreement.
once.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
Just the once. And you're looking at someone with an almost uncountable amount of scars.
Like, I could do some work to, like, alleviate some of them so, you know, you don't look so horrific to
Does
people.
not want to.
I look fantastic to the people I am trying to look for.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, I think this is a talk for round back. Because I assume this pub has like a bit of a private back.
Not a public one, but there is a private area between two buildings well hidden.
And if, just to make sure that, how do you say her name again?
Aylwyn.
Elwyn's on the level. It's a private, that type of private business talk.
Very well, Lubnub. Lead the way.
Yeah, I do.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys go to the private area. Aylwyn and Raph are just sort of standing there expectantly. Raph sort of swaying a little bit.
Simple way of putting it. People in the city aren't who they say they are.
That's
We've
the
already
nature of
found
the
out a
game,
couple of
Lubnub.
people.
That's the nature of the game, Lubnub.
No, not that. Not the way you play the game.
The way
We're
we
talking-
play the game.
We're talking replaced. And then, it's fucked up. Look. We're gathering allies to deal with it. The way that you're paying me to deal with this. Easy way to do this? and I look to Raph. You let him cast a spell on you, and you don't be a shitebag. And I show him the burns. I could take it.
And this will prove what? My loyalty? Injuring me is not really a issue. If you would like to hurt me, feel free.
Point is, you don't fight the spell, and if you're who you say you are, nothing happens.
I can take a hit, as well as the
I know
next
you
man.
can. And if you aren't who you say you are, and I show them the maul, the new shiny maul that is still got blood spatters on it, well, I send you to the other ones we've found.
Aylwin looks at you all. May I ask, what is this spell you intend to cast? It is just revealing magic?
No, friendship.
It reveals friendship.
I'm going to hand you out a friendship bracelet, and if it glows...
We're intending to reveal someone's true identity.
I don't know this spell.
Interesting.
I just know it burns.
Yeah, it's
I
a
figured
bit
you would be
burny.
against the spell to start with, which is why we're starting with him.
I'm not against being revealed as who I am.
Very well then.
I want to be ready to go for her because I don't trust her at all.
I'm going to take a few steps back behind them again, like just to be behind the party.
Yep. Who are you targeting first?
Ronald, Raph.
somewhere in the city, poor Ronald just sitting there, just like, fuck, what the hell's going on?
A random guy walking. Hi guys, I'm Ronald. Who are
Just melts.
To roll to hit.
You do not need to roll to hit. They need to roll to save, which Raph has already stated he will not.
Cast,
So I need you to roll damage immediately.
which is with, again, let me check,
somebody wraps on like one
think
health
it
after the
was
fight pit and just dies instantly.
2d10.
2d10.
So that's, it says 8 and a 1.
So they take 9 points of radiant damage. You watch as the light engulfs Raph, and you watch as the spell deals the amount of damage you were expecting, starting to burn away at his flesh, starting to seal the wound shut by fire.
Oh.
He just sort of stands there. And what? This is... I'm friends now? What's going on?
I look at Elwyn.
Roll damage again.
Yeah, I want to know
I'm
what's
moving,
Elwyn's
Oh,
reaction.
you immediately move it. Because he's just going to stand there till he's told not
I
to.
move it to where there's no one,
Okay.
and I look at Lobnob and I look at Elwyn, and then I look back at Lobnob.
And then I hit Lubnub.
Again? God damn it. I mean, I just fist bump Raph. Alright, Elwyn, you ready?
Just a hard fist bump. I'm still
Ready,
unsure
Elwyn?
as to what's going on, but I will entertain this notion.
You entertain it and then I explain.
Very
Have I
well.
let you down before? Don't answer.
You are a valued employee, Lubnub. You have not let us down so far.
Cool. I
Good thing
I
you're not on the
transform.
turf.
I transmit it.
I reveal my true form and attack the party.
To be fair, it'd be iconic if you cast, like, what's the... It's like the spell where you put an illusion on someone else and you make her look like a doppelganger.
Seeming.
No, I transfer it onto her.
Roll for damage.
And that's a 6 and a 9. Oh.
So 15.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
You watch Aylwyn get smacked
Oh, yeah.
for 15 points of damage, and she is not built like Raph.
Yeah.
So you watch her drop to one knee as she is hobbled by this spell,
Okay,
but
cut
she
it,
sort
cut
of stands up. Very well.
And
I'd
I
love
would like
the
to point
explanation
out-
as to why that's necessary.
I'd like to point out, Aylwyn, I am a doctor, and for like a small fee, I could heal you.
I
wouldn't
thought you
trust this
ran a
doctor.
charity, good doctor.
Yeah, but a donation.
Donations from the wealthy are always recommended. And she will drop you 50 silver.
Damn.
Gonna
That'll
say,
do it.
I will be a good employee and offer her an arm to pull herself up.
Oh, she stood up during the moonbeam. She was dropped to one knee, but she stood up against the weight of it.
He gets 10 hit points back.
Cool. She looks a lot better instantly. But yeah, you get the sense that she is not built for strength and constitution.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
That's 23.
She looks pissed, but not concerned.
Okay. You did your part, I do my part now.
That was the
Situation.
deal.
Yeah, and I always stick to it. Current situation is that there's some sort of cult underneath the city that we've already partially dealt with.
Ah yes, the flayed men.
Okay, we may have more talk on that, so because it seems you've got more information about these assholes than we do. But the part you maybe don't know, the king ain't dead.
I had heard through the grapevine that there had been some corpse found, and that it was not as dead as thought.
Yeah, well, the king and the prince ain't dead.
I was unaware that the prince was in danger.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that, but here's another snippet for you. The new king also ain't who he was.
In that he is a shape changer of some description.
Kill. Has Love not encountered doppelgangers? Like,
You'll have
thinking
heard of them.
They're like doppelgangers, but different.
Interesting. And there was a doppelganger disguised as young Harold.
Was. And I smile at my
Was.
mess.
Raph fist bumps you.
Again, insight check.
Roll me another insight.
17 again.
17 again. She is like, you get two conflicting emotions. You get happiness that she is being let in on this, but you also get annoyance that she has not heard it already.
But not like, oh no, my people have been killed.
That's not the vibe you get.
Okay.
You also don't sense any sympathy whatsoever for the royal family.
I like these.
I mean, that's not new. They've been hearing that from Love Map all the time.
Don't like her.
So yeah, we're in the process of dealing with that. We've got one of the prince's bodies. We just need to find the new king and the old kings.
Does this mean long live the King Tommen?
I don't know.
In the
I'll get
short
that.
term.
I mean, if we're going to be entirely honest here, well, no, because they're not dead. We just need to find out who has the bodies.
That's what I mean, short term. Long term, King's coming back.
We'll
And also, to be clear, this is not public information.
Oh, if it had been, I'd have known.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not to be made public at all.
Do you
Darling,
have
my
a lot-
secrets cost a small fortune. You need not
Do you
ask
have-
me for secrecy.
Do you have a lot of spies?
That, my dear friend, would be counterproductive.
I'll give you 15 silver if you tell me.
Alas, I am a higher price than I fear you can afford.
Okay, 50 silver then.
That is the money I gave
Okay,
you.
you gave me.
Love just face palms.
I want to know about that cult. You seem to know about it.
I have heard my little birds sing.
You knew the
Oh.
name of it.
I did.
Or you knew what they were doing.
More of a description than a name.
Look, to stop playing around the bush. If you've got any information on them, it'd be useful, and it would help you more than it'll help us because it lets us go and deal with them. Because they seem to be connected to these corpses. And he does
We've
it in
also
quotes.
got information that you might want.
A trade? Well, I know that the value of my information is subtly, or rather, sturdier than the average person's. So, what are you offering? Sorry?
Bless you, Ellen.
I'm not going first.
50 silver.
So, please.
But I guarantee you I have more coin than him. So if you don't like my information, I suppose I can add money. If I think yours is more valuable than mine.
To borrow a cliche, perhaps a favour instead.
You want a favour from me? Or from us?
From you as a party. You are
I'm
forming
out.
quite the little band here.
I'm out, guys. I don't think I could do this. I feel like this is going to be like a criminal involvement, and I don't want to be a criminal.
I
I
don't
won't-
want to be a.
I won't be working for you.
I would like to let you in on your first piece of free information. And she pulls out her hand, which you did not... None of you have a passive perception high enough to have seen previously. As the moonbeam hit her, one illusion did break. And as you look, you can see that she is wearing a signet ring on her pinky. That is a large... It's maybe like it's the size of like a large £2 coin on a pinky finger. And it is a symbol. It looks to be a bay with a candle in the centre. You
Are you
are
a Bewick?
working for me.
What?
Can you repeat that, please?
What she says, you are working for me, as she reveals the symbol on her pinky. And then Zuax, what did you say?
Are you a Bewick? Are you part of the royals?
I am not of Tommen's bloodline, but Tommen had a sister. Was not well known, but I am cousin to the king.
So you are of his bloodline?
Not the Tommen that is living.
Oh.
Both Tommins are living.
Also not working for the royals. Don't assume my employment.
Can someone just fucking explain what the hell's going on? Because you've just threw a bunch of names around.
Yeah, your free information really only was worth free.
Exactly. I did not charge you for it.
So I just told you some bullshit instead.
No,
No, she...
I am a member of...
How much will a platinum get me?
It will get you a snippet.
I could throw in 50
Elwyn
silver to help.
A useful snippet?
Everything's useful.
is Tommen's cousin. Question mark.
How old is she roughly about?
She is a half-elf, so it's tough to tell.
Can I guess how old she
In
is?
in human years, she'd be in her early 20s.
Makes sense.
Oh. Right, yes, sorry, yes.
Because I'm also a half elf, so have I got any clue?
Sure, roll me just a general insight for like a vibe check.
A vibe check.
We're gonna
So am I
vibe check
adding
this
my
woman's
insight?
Yes.
26. No, 25, sorry.
25. She is, her actual age, you would guess to be like early 30s. She looks
Okay.
young for a half-elf, but she is actually the opposite, aging rather quickly for a half-elf. And that she looks young if she was human, but given her elven blood, she should be aging slower.
Okay. I'm just giving her eyes the full time. I don't like this woman, and my face has subtitles right now.
Okay, so somehow you're related to the royal family. Cool.
Not
Whatever.
just somehow. Should our good king Tommen, last of his name, be removed, I am next in line for the throne.
Oh.
Yeah, I caught that.
As his oldest cousin.
You look a bit shifty, just so you know. don't look so happy about that.
I have no interest whatsoever in ruling through daylight. I like
Yeah,
to
you will be
stick
back.
to
Don't
my
worry, you'll be back to being
shadows.
what, fourth in line, fifth in line soon.
Oh, I'd rather I wasn't in line.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it works the same way that you would in a queue. You could step out, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I have. And you see her wave her fingers and the ring disappears.
Ah.
Do I get the gist that the ring is still there?
Yeah, you get the sense that she is hiding it through illusion. And that she is clearly wearing it basically all the time, but is choosing to not parade around the fact that she is in this royal family.
I'm gonna make a very real point of jingling my bag as much as possible as I reach in and pass her one platinum and just stand there very expectantly.
For a platinum coin, I will tell you this small tidbit. The Flayed Men, as I'm sure you are aware, is a cult worshipping a demon known as a Baelor. She looks around to see if this is new information.
Nope.
No, we
we're all
already knew
gonna-
this.
They
I've
have
previously
killed.
I owned the gem that summoned it briefly.
They have killed more and many. I believe they are reaching their target within a month.
I'm gonna look at Nyla and I'm gonna say 82 exactly, if we're gonna be entirely honest.
82 plus a few that were down there.
Well, 82 plus the ones that you didn't let me send elsewhere.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can
gonna kinda let
also
her keep
confidently
talking, but-
say that they are old money and not from this city. From what I hear, and again, these are just whispers, they are old money from the many above.
Do you think they're related to that city out there?
Are you pointing up at Titan's Rock?
Yeah.
I would be shocked if they were from any of the flying cities. Old money on the
Okay.
ground stays on the ground.
What was this favour you wanted to ask?
Am I to understand you are cashing in that coin?
I think it'll be only him.
I'm going to move across this way.
I wanna
so
know
can
the
hear this information.
I'm gonna step.
I put my
closer
hand
to
up
look
this time. I want to know what you want to ask before I go do it. You know I won't care to go tell anyone if I don't want to do it.
Are you asking the party what the question will be, or are you asking what the
No,
favour
I'm
will
saying
be?
to her. I'm basically saying to her like, I want to know what you want me to go do, but this time I'm not just going to go blindly do it. I want to know what it is you want me to do before I agree to it. And if I don't agree to it, she knows that Lubnub, due to his alignment and stance with the city, will not give a fuck to go tell any guards, but like, this woman's creating treason. This woman's trying to do this.
I will be honest, Lubnub. I would like a favour in future. I would like the next time I'm in a sticky situation to know who I can call, no questions asked.
Pretty valuable. It'd
Indeed.
have to be worth some valuable information.
Oh, I'm sure I could think of something.
I
think
just
we
looked at the
don't know.
party.
I'll do
I looked at the
anything
party and I'm like kind of
possible.
giving you guys the choice of, yeah, I'll take this deal and I'll take the consequences, but
No.
You
I
don't want to be in
hear,
any more debt than you already are, Lubnub.
I hear through my lovely friend, Mr. Nicholas, that you have been spending an inordinate amount of time with Miss Deepwater. I wonder if she would have any insights to the demonic.
Now you're
What are you
connecting
getting
the
at?
wrong. Yeah, you're connecting the wrong dots there.
Am I indeed?
I think Love's just confused by. I think she's just used too fancy language for Love to really follow what she's saying.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly honest with you there.
So,
we're just there because she's a drunk alcoholic and we're trying to help her.
more charity from the good doctor.
I'm gonna add in, that's my friend you're talking about.
She is a drunk alcoholic, though, Isla, so...
I mean, it's pretty hard to be a sober alcoholic.
Oh, and while you mention the asshole, we're going to be testing him as well.
Oh, you would like to hit him with your dazzling light?
And your brother.
My brother, I can
There is
get...
a very different vibe between me saying Edward. There's like, Edward's kind of light and like, it's kind of casual. Like, there's no ill will towards Edward, but what there is definite malice. Like, Love's kind of just thrown that out there because he wants to cause Nicholas pain.
My brother,
there is logic there, but
Yeah.
it's mostly the pain. There's no way Love would hide that.
Oh, she is fully aware of your relationship with Nicholas. My brother is available this evening. However, Nicholas is preoccupied.
I don't think you're going to be of any more help to us.
That is up to you.
We don't intend to be kept around on a chain.
I'll help if it doesn't ever involve helping the church.
I can say with certainty that the likelihood of them interacting with me is as minimal as can be. I never promise when it comes to my work.
We'll get back to you.
Very well.
Until then, I'll keep doing my job. And I'll go for another fist bump on Raph.
He does. He's totally happy about this whole situation. You also notice, just on your passive insight checks, it was not a surprise to Raph when the royal family was revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a right-hand man. Like, Love assumed he knows more things than most. Genuinely, congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
It would have been nice. This is sideward aimed at Elwyn, because I think Love knows enough that she kept him away from it.
Mm.
Would have been nice to see you win.
Rafa's just like, yeah, anytime, brother. I'll take you round if you want. The pits are...
Oh, there's a big fucking grin.
The
I'll
pits
take you
are
up on that sometime.
a worthy pastime.
Take you up on that once I'm done fixing your city.
Torek, like, is glaring at the ground again and just, yeah.
I think
almost stepping behind again.
Everyone with a passive insight above 12 gets the uncomfortable anger from Torek at the mention of the fighting pits.
Oblivious.
Yeah. Well, Aelwyn says, if you wish to speak to my brother, I can arrange it at your leisure. I'm sure he would be happy to go traipsing around outside the Deep Walk. Should you wish to meet him? I believe he's in that area tonight, actually, anyway. Might be worth him stopping in at the house.
Well, the best you talk to him first and at least get him to be on board for what's coming.
Oh, he is... he takes my advice to heart.
I know.
I don't know if pre-warning him's the best choice.
Oh, no, I'm not saying tell him we're gonna fucking reveal him to be a doppelfuck. I'm just saying Love's gonna ask you to do something and I'm telling you to go with it. Sort of deal. Elwyn's smart enough to know.
Would you like me to contact him and tell him to meet you there this evening? The Deep Manor.
I don't think he'll be welcome.
That may be true, but
He can meet us outside.
Ariadne is familiar with his work.
He can meet us outside. And I just say what Torek did so much harsher.
Outside the manor?
Yeah.
Very well.
Street.
You know, I believe him and Ariadne are acquainted.
That's fine.
Anyway,
It
right,
was a
there's something
pleasure.
you wanted to do, Zuak?
At this moment in time, no. No, there's nothing I want to do.
Well, gentlemen and fine lady, I bid thee farewell.
Elwyn,
Yes?
before you go, I hope to God your comment about Ariadne was not a threat. She's my patient now, and I would like to point out the best medicine is preventative.
I wouldn't dream of it, good doctor.
Good that you understand.
And as for preventative, some wounds are already infected when you meet them.
Speaking from personal experience, I see.
I have known a few patients of mine to not pull through. And she walks off.
When she gets a bit away and we start walking in the opposite direction, I'm going to turn around and cast message to her. And just say, you've kept Lubnub a slave beyond his debt. That will not be continuing.
Through the message cantrip,
Yeah.
I will remind Nylathria that if you want to be hiding this from your party, it will need a stealth check, because the wording on messages that you must whisper it.
I mean, I whisper, but the target and only the target hears my message.
Is
So
that
I am whispering like a
is that the
weirdo.
new wording? Have they changed the wording on
Yeah.
message? God damn,
You point
dude.
your finger to a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Very well, I stand corrected. So you all kind of just watch as Nylathria mumbles angrily to herself.
I don't notice, because as soon as we're far enough away that we're out of line of sight and out of audio, Lub's going to find something that is very, very resilient, and I'm going to strike it full force with my fist.
Yeah. Your reply. So what is it you say again, Nylathria? You say Lubnub
said-
has been enslaved
I
beyond
said
his.
you've been keeping Lubnub as a slave beyond his debt. That won't be continuing.
You hear back. Lubnub has been paid for his services. He is not enslaved.
I will message her again and I will just say he'll be leaving this city at his earliest wish.
We shall see.
Not like them at all.
And I'm gonna fill. If when Lubnub goes to punch something, I am going to take that moment to kind of put my arm out to hold back whoever I need to hold back, and just say I'm gonna say to them, the people employing Lubnub, he paid his debt long ago. They are paying him, but they aren't letting him leave. He thinks I think he thinks he is still paying off debt, but they are keeping him against his will.
Is your intention to do this without Lubnub hearing?
Yeah.
Make me a stealth check.
Is this one at disadvantage because of my armor?
Everything
Or
you
no,
roll
because
is
I'm
with
not?
disadvantage for stealth.
It's
be fair, you have
significantly less, but it's still decent. 15.
I think that does beat your passive, Lub.
I don't know, man, my passive of 10.
Yeah.
I was going to say you have a very good chance
Yeah.
of being my passive.
But there's always in that one.
Yeah, I think if I'd got under a 5.
So yeah, you say that to whoever you would like at the party.
Just the whole gang. And I just kind of say, we're, like, when we finish this, if Lubnub wants to leave this city, he leaves this city.
As he should.
And I'm just kind of getting a nod of agreement from everyone of like, that will be happening.
We
Will
feel
definitely
like the
be doing
beautiful
that.
beast he was always meant to be.
Right, we have a meeting at the palace.
Very well.
Lubnub, do you want to go see Piss Pants?
See is a choice of word, and I'll kind of land a combo on whatever I kind of started punching and take a breath. And then kind of calm down a little.
I'm gonna pat Lubnub in the back of his like thigh, and I'm gonna be like, "Don't worry, big man. You're gonna get to do a lot more of that."
Yeah, I mean, I guess the back of his thigh.
But I am 11
I
foot
mean,
tall.
I slap that ass.
So lap that.
Don't worry,
bucket.
big guy. Slap.
Okay, Lubnub.
Don't worry, you're not going to be enslaved anymore, but I am going to assault you.
Don't worry, you're free to go.
Double caked up. Boom.
But yeah, I guess we make our way to the palace after Lubnub vandalises some stone wall with his fist.
Yeah,
And then
you.
gets.
Some poor guy's
Gets his
house
ass
is caved
slapped.
in at the wall.
So, we cut
Yeah.
to everyone arriving at the palace gate. I will remind you that it is maybe around 6 p.m. Should be daylight. You can see light all around the city, but the shadow of the mountain above you is blocking the sun currently as you guys show up. The lamps are being lit as if it is night.
I forgot it wasn't nighttime and that this guy was just that fucking hammered.
Yeah, plastered. Yeah.
Yeah, at 5 p.m.
At like, what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, you arrived there at 4 p.m.
Good for him, man.
Can I check, see the flying city?
Yes.
Is it still blocking the sun?
Yes. It's parked directly above your city.
It's a bit disrespectful to the church here, but okay.
Think about the house plans.
Aww.
Think about the church of this city that worships the sun.
I'm gonna look at Nyla and be like,
Or we strike now.
just like,
They're weak, we attack now.
Out their precious son, we can burn their place to the ground.
Black
shame on
sun.
them again.
This has always secretly been an Avatar remake. We're waiting on the solar eclipse.
Okay, let's go see Piss Pants.
Go see his pants.
You arrive.
Common.
You arrive. What is your intention when you get to the city? Because you are allowed. Rather, when you get to the castle, you are allowed in.
I'm
I
just
assume it's been
gonna-
over an hour, so I'd take the ring off, so I shrink down and stop
Yep.
being fun.
I'm gonna look over to one of the guards and be like, "Where is Tom at this current moment in time?"
I believe he's gathering some nobility for a meeting of the tradesmen's.
Oh, fantastic! Where's that taking place?
I would imagine it would be taking place in the main hall, but Tommen is probably getting ready for his guests. Perhaps you'll find him in his bedroom or some sort of study.
We'll check both locations. Thank you very much, sir.
Not a problem, sir.
And then we're gonna go look for Tom in his bedroom.
You see that he is. Their customary guards, usually there is 3 standing in the corridor with the 3 rooms. There is just 2 guards, one either side of Tommen's door.
That's
I wonder why.
Is it the ones that were laughing their ass off at us before?
No, the one that burst out laughing does not appear to be here today.
He was executed.
Oh god, there's an RX.
Oh no, we're back.
As you
Bad thing
approach,
for everything being kept secret.
the 2 guards standing at attention. I see you are likely here for Tommen. He is inside if you would like me to knock.
I'm sure we could just go in, and then I'm gonna go over to go into the
As
door.
soon as you go over, he is like placing his hand out in front of him, and the other one is like hand on sword ready to draw.
I'm gonna like well done. I'm gonna clap his hand and what? Kennedy,
He
go in now.
knocks on the door. You hear a very stressed voice from inside go, "I'm not to be disturbed."
It's us.
Torment.
It's us.
It
Don't
is
worry, we'll
us.
lower your stress levels.
You hear a small pause, and then the door opens just a crack, and you see an absolutely wild-eyed Tommen inside. For the first time, like, genuinely stressed that you've seen him, including this morning where he was just distressed. This is him stressed in a different way. Wild-eyed, he's just like, "What?"
We came to make sure you were okay. With the envoy from the Flying City.
What?
What do you mean what?
You were gathering a meeting for us, but obviously
Oh,
something seems to
God,
have happened.
yes. No, that will need to wait till the morrow. We are having an envoy this evening. I need to summon all the tradesmen. I need a new outfit. There is so much going on.
You want us there?
Yes. If you wish to have knowledge of the Titan coming down.
Oh, I always wanted.
We're
to
going
be
to a
like
party.
I always wanted to be a King's Guard.
See, they
that
heard
is-
party. I heard
No,
there's
no.
a Titan coming down, and look, Lubnub looks like he's about to go for a. He looks excited for a fight.
I'm gonna like point at one of the guards and I'll be like, "Can I get one of those bibs so like I can wear it over the top?"
They both look at you. Do you mean cloaks?
Yeah, one of those things.
They both look at Tommen, and Tommen is like, "No, don't give them anything. Don't give them anything."
No, but like,
You know, I'm gonna say to Tom, and I'm gonna say, do you not, and in like a lower voice to, I'm trying to not let the guards hear, but obviously the party can hear this, and I'm gonna say, do you not think if there's people from the city gathering here tonight, do you not think it would be beneficial to have some aid undercover?
Oh yes, you are most welcome to attend the meetings, though they will likely be dull affairs.
It was not a party.
No, this will be a discussion of trade. I would imagine the city is going to be looking for mostly grain, meat, new metals to work smithies and arcana.
I would like to disguise as a grizzled mercenary. Like
You
a
may
King's Guard.
you may do as you wish, but you again will not be masquerading as a King's Guard.
So can I stand on the balcony where I don't have to talk to anyone, and if a fight breaks out, I can end it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I need to I need to get ready, and he shuts the door.
Okay.
Did he seem
Sweet.
like? Was it clearly this that's stressing him out?
Roll me an insight check.
Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake! That's a 1.
Would anyone like to give help actions?
Sure.
Yay!
We all just stayed quiet, like, but it's one.
Technically, I kind of offered the help action there by being like,
Do it
so
again.
can we do this to help protect you?
Double nat ones.
Damn.
Torek, you've
I've-
never been more certain of something in your entire life. You have never
Support
been
that.
more certain that this man shit himself not 5 seconds before opening the door.
Oh my God,
That is
we've
the
got
energy of a
shit
man
pants.
who is needing to get... The fact that he mentioned clothes twice and that he
Sense.
clearly seen the city, shit himself in front of the entire court, ran to his room.
He is shit pants.
I'm gonna look
2
at
nat
Stan.
ones, you're convinced he shit himself.
I'm gonna look at Stan and be like, Stan, would you like to come with me? We'll go get dressed.
Zurex.
Stan, you're already
Sure.
in full regalia for a night.
Yeah, I'm already. I am dressed as a knight.
This is so disappointing.
Zurex. You
Yes,
want
I
to
Sure thing.
you want to play dress up tonight?
Then
I
what?
assume Torek and Lubnub are going to wait in the shadows. Stan already fits in with the court. I have some experience with being a tradesperson in Arcana.
Torek, make me a wisdom saving throw.
I turn to
If you
Tonic.
fucking
God,
that's a 15.
We are the
15.
assassins.
You all,
Wait,
you
sorry,
all,
but like wisdom saving 15 plus plus 5? Fucking hell.
you all watch as
That's
Torek expertly stifles a reaction. He looks as if he has discovered something incredibly important and then
It's more
stifles
of
it.
a, like,
Yeah.
Is everything okay, Torek?
Did you shit yourself?
do you say that out loud?
Yeah, he said it to you.
Is that a joke about?
You point at Tommen's door.
Yeah.
Tom shit himself?
What?
I believe so.
I never got that from him.
No, I didn't think that happened. Is that what happened?
It makes sense. That's why he needs new
What was the
clothes.
wisdom
He's had a really
saving
hard
throw?
day.
To see if you could keep it together.
I mean, it's really
that's-
stressful. I mean, I know
Yeah,
bladders
he's
can
had a
fail
hard
in
day.
stressful situations.
I get it.
We'll,
Right, so
we'll
what,
make
I mean-
sure we'll make sure at the
Too much
meeting
coffee.
that we know what happened and we can support him through it.
Yeah.
You can
much
support
Dylan?
me. I'm going up in the rafters. I'm being the assassin.
Can I ask a question, Dylan?
Sure.
My turn.
How realistically, how many items to a really, really, really low quality could I enchant before tonight? For
Well,
this meeting?
it's already 6 p.m, so not a lot.
Like, could I do like a couple?
Probably not. It takes you a long rest to craft an item, remember.
Oh dear. Okay.
Do we have enough time to go back to the manor, to Moonbeam Edward, and then return here?
You get the sense that probably.
Cool.
Because me and Detective
manor.
shit itself can deal with this.
This is so. Cut that.
You never said no. You just changed the subject.
Oh yeah, no, like Torek just had to change the subject. There was a bit too much second-hand embarrassment for him to deal with there. Like,
Or do you
I-
live in the sewer?
gotta leave the poor
Natural
man
thing.
alone at this point.
Yeah, but normally the shit isn't in his pants. Normally it's on his pants.
You mean the shit's
Hopefully
in
it's
your
out of
undies?
his pants at this point.
Oh my god.
Go back.
Yeah, I could be
Shit.
shit in my
It's,
undies.
it's all back to
Yeah.
your
Oh,
undies.
no.
Zerex, I think I might have an even better idea.
Yes.
I don't think I've got time to enchant much. I've got a few things on me. I'm thinking we just go and offer Marvin to sell his shit tonight.
I'm going to cast Sending to Marvin.
Yay.
What do you say to Mad Marvin?
Alright, mate.
Alright,
Meet us at the castle. We can give you new people to sell to.
Hey, there's no taxis.
No tax. We'll be your guard.
That's 22.
Wait.
You happy with that?
Love you, Marv.
Love you.
Love you, Marv.
Bring the leaf.
Bring the what?
Bring the leaf.
Leaf. You get a reply instantaneously. I'm already at the castle, pal. What fucking? There's that big gathering of tradesmen tonight.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, guys, let's go find Marvin. And I'm gonna go search him for the armory.
You go searching for the armory.
Yeah, I'm gonna go searching for the armory.
Great, let's find Marvin. Where's your weapons?
Sure.
Now he's
Make,
gonna dress up as a knight.
make me an investigation check.
Yes. Someone please assist me in this.
I would.
Oh, I'm
like to
leaving.
help.
I would, but I'm off to the manor, right?
So who's going to deep water?
I am.
Me.
I'm the moonbeam boy.
I'm gonna stay here.
The Moonbeam
I
and the
do
I'm
hammer
gonna
are
go
going.
and help you.
I'm gonna go to the manor. It's my friend's house. I wanna go there.
Okay. So 3 to the manor, 2 to the armory. It does not take you that long. Stan knows where the armory is. That's where you keep your armor when you're not using it. You can easily show Zuax there. Nothing in the entirety of this city is built to armor a turtle.
Disappointing.
He's a poncho though.
Sounds like you can sue them for discrimination.
I mean, you
Really
could
true.
get them a poncho. You could get him a poncho.
And in one of those helms
Guard.
that do the thingy thing, you know.
Yeah, one of the.
None of them go over your beak.
What about
Maybe-
that one that has a beak?
It doesn't matter because the neck needs to be the right size
What
as
he
well.
maneuvers his head like that?
It's not happening.
Can I get just
You
like a
try
random
you
one
try
where-
all these things. I will remind you that your racial feature is that you cannot wear armor.
Yeah, but I'm just looking for like a random helmet that I could just stick on that looks like really out of
You can
place
get a
and
pot
looks
helmet.
So dumb.
That's just basically a metal steel pot.
Does it have one of the?
No, because it wouldn't go over your beak.
Damn it. Okay. Okay. I will think of something. And I'm gonna look for one of the Kingsguard kind of guard things.
They don't keep the cloaks of the Kingsguard in the armory.
Dan, do you know where they keep them?
Stan, you
Am I wearing one?
no, you're not a member of the
think
Kingsguard. But you do know that they probably keep them in their own chambers. You remember seeing one in Edward's chambers.
Oh, is that
Get an
one of
idea.
these hats?
No.
Oh,
I bet if you go rob Sebastian, you'll get one.
Sebastian, that's the one.
Could we maybe go to Edward's chambers and go take his one? Then I can wear it. I can be like a grizzled mercenary who came here and lost his honor, but is here to fight anyway because I don't need no badge.
Sure, you
I
go
don't
and you
need
steal Edmund's cloak of the Kingsguard.
I'm gonna put it on and like tie it like it's a crop top because it's obviously gonna be way too long.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we cut from that to
Okay.
Deepwater Manor.
Whee!
What is it that you guys would like to be doing?
We're waiting for Edward.
Oh, excellent. As you guys show up, Edward is actually waiting outside. You can see he's knocked on the door and Ariadne has leaned out the top window again, that she usually does. You can see that she's talking to him out the window.
He's just Rapunzeling it.
Do we hear what they say?
Are you
As we're
attempting to
approaching.
approach stealthily so as not to be seen?
Not me so far.
Lub definitely thinks about it and then decides against it.
I mean, I'm being as quiet as I usually am and just following behind Lubnub, but
As you approach, you only catch the end snippet of Edward, the living and breathing, shouting up to Ariadne, I was told to come round to meet some of your friends. Apparently you have some test for me. And Ariadne's like, I've heard nothing of the sort. Perhaps you should just wait there until... Lubnubs. Now Lathria's there.
oh no.
And he turns around to see you guys. Lubnub. What is it that
Hey,
you would
boss.
have of me? I hear you have requested an audience in private.
Mm-hmm. And before this goes ahead, you know that Elwyn's agreed to this, and she knows what's going to happen, so we need you to not freak the fuck out, right?
She has. She has warned me that I am in for a pleasant surprise.
Lubnub kind of sniggers, thinking to herself, wow, she's an asshole even to her own brother. You know what? That makes me feel a bit better about life. So, this is going to hurt a bit. It's not too much. We need you to not fight it, because if you fight it, it's going to be a sign of guilt.
His eyes sort of narrow a little.
Look, you asked me to do a job, I'm doing the job, okay?
Very well, I trust my sister.
And once it happens, we'll explain.
Excellent.
Proceed as planned.
This is gonna be. I wish we could have had them in the same area. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I get. I'm assuming a last nod from Love.
Oh yeah, fucking love says okay. Fire away.
Cool, excellent. I cast Moonbeam.
Roll for damage.
Cast. Beam, 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 beam. That's a 2 and a 7, so 9.
9. You watch as soon as the light hits, he fully collapses. And he's just crying instantaneously. There is
Coward.
absolute crying.
Wow.
You watch him dip so close to death immediately. And I think at this point, Lubnub, you have the immediate fear that you've murdered him in one shot.
There is a genuine fear to the point that Lub will reach in and pull him out.
Damn, okay.
You drop it. He is like fainted instantaneously. All
Is
of you
he
are
like a drow or something?
all of you are looking, and you see no physical changes. Still half elven, still the exact same guy standing in front of you, and he sort of wakes up a little bit, and he has gone deathly pale.
Ariadne, can we come in?
Oh God, what happened? Where am I? What's going on?
You're where you were but 2 seconds ago.
What? Where am I? What?
You took it like a champ. Give him a little pat in the face.
Just like tears.
took
I
it
said
like
when
a
you took
champ.
it like a bitch.
I think
Torek does feel a little bad and is
Torek, roll me an intelligence check.
Who?
Oh,
Torek.
for fuck's sake. Okay, I'm not using this dice anymore. That's a 1.
Absolute bitch of a guy. Fully could have taken this
That was
and
plus
didn't.
4 technically, so 5.
No, could have taken this and didn't.
Okay, well.
The rest of you know, a commoner with no class bonuses has 10 hit points. So you took him to 1 hit
1
point.
HP.
And commoners do not get death saves.
How did you. Why did you make. Did you almost just have fucking.
Yes.
Fucking.
Well, here's the
Torek
thing.
commit
Sister
murder?
allow that.
Yeah, because
Damn.
I think Lub. I don't think this is actually her brother. If I'm honest.
What?
But obviously that's Kieran saying that, not Lub.
No,
He's-
I'm
I
thinking
think
that as well.
that's
He's just like
Like, that's kind of
trembling
internal
and
thoughts.
pale as you like lead him inside, and Ariadne's like, "God, guys, this is
Ariadne-
rough. I know I passed this test as well, but my God."
What would you say Edward is capable of usually?
Well, he's excellent with numbers. He runs all of the pubs and the gambling.
Yeah, but you know how you were supposed to be a wizard and then you went a different path, shall we say?
Yeah.
And I do my thing. Like, does he have anything going on like that, or is he just an average bloke?
Well, I mean, like I say, he runs the numbers really well for like accounting and he runs the gambling.
Yeah, but he this shouldn't have done that much to someone of like any caliber.
Well, I mean, he's, as far as I know, he's no warrior.
His sister took it and she stood up.
Well, she's Ilwyn.
God damn it, guys.
I'm asking you, do you think this is actually Edward? Do you trust that this is Edward?
Doesn't your spell do some sort of anti-cloaking or anti-illusion? Or
I don't know if he was in it long enough or he might have just died.
I mean, I see no reason to disbelieve it.
I do.
He's
I believe that
just
this is
Edward. Do you like to roll me an insight check?
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Roll me an insight check.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
A 3.
A 3. On a dirty 20, you hear what Ilwyn is saying, and you're like, this guy's pastime and professional life is that
He's nerdy.
he counts all the money and runs
Yeah.
all the gambling. You have essentially shot a store clerk.
Okay.
This is someone who runs casinos, not a mob boss, not like
Okay.
this is not a rogue that hides and does like threatening actions. This is literally just a guy that can count and runs the numbers on things. He's doing a lot of illegal stuff, but only the numbers sections.
Is he on 1 HP right now?
Yes. On a dirty 20, you see he is so close to death.
I'm gonna put his arm around my shoulder and take him to like the couch and sit him down on the couch.
Just like trembling, absolutely trembling.
And I'm gonna sit uncomfortably close to him. And I'm gonna look him in the eye and I'm gonna say, when Lubnub wants to leave, he's allowed to leave.
Yeah,
His debt's paid.
I've already
you handle
told
the figures.
I've already told Raph to talk to him about a warband forming nearby. He looks at Lubnub.
He's not been.
Did Raph not speak to you?
No.
He looks at Lubnub.
I assume I'm not part of this conversation.
But you're
I think
there.
Yeah, Raph told me. I know you're on board. It's your sister, but I need to impress.
He's been told he has to complete another task. I know he's already paid his debt.
Well, what was his debt?
I don't know, Nicholas said that he owed some sort of debt and he was paying it off, but he paid it off long ago.
He doesn't pay anything. He didn't owe us a
Worked
money
it off.
debt. There was Aylwin rescued him from some bad situation, and in return he offered to do some jobs.
Is that true?
I never offered.
Well, she can twist truths. We all know that.
I think your sister's keeping him against his will
Probably.
because he makes you money.
Probably.
Am I only going to have to? Is it only Nicholas and Aylwin that is going to? Raph likes him. You are fine with it if he leaves after this.
Well, he's a valued employee. I wouldn't say fine with. I mean, if Lubnub would like to continue working for us, he will always have a place here.
Lubnub, you don't want to work here anymore, do you?
I hate this fucking city.
Well,
He doesn't
then,
want to work here anymore.
as soon as
There's
Aylwin
enough.
says you're clear, you're clear.
I'm gonna say he's after this. He's clear and he's leaving, and I'm gonna grab
Great.
him by like whatever the scruff of his shirt is. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go consider Lubnub unionized.
Like I say, guys, this is not my debt to claim. This is my sister. If you guys want free, consult her.
Ariadne, you got a strong alcohol present.
You know, I used to, but I'm not sure what's happened. I had to go and buy new stuff, but I haven't had much of a chance to restock.
You already drank what you restocked.
Yeah,
Is that what that means?
pretty much.
Yeah. You got any left?
I have half a bottle of wine.
Can I have
Ideal.
She passes you the wine.
Neck it.
Yeah,
He hates wine, but he necks it.
it's not even enough to have a slight buzz.
I'm gonna tell Lubnub, I'm gonna say I'm sorry for unionizing you. But I've had enough of these people taking advantage of you.
Hold on, I resent these people. I've been paying Lubnub. That man's wealthy,
Not
you know.
you. Your sister and Nicholas. You're not these people. I've cleared you.
Hold on, you've been paying me?
Yes.
Have you not received your paychecks?
I don't take money.
That's hardly my fault.
But what have you been paying me in then?
Gold. You have a bank account.
The fuck's a bank account?
Oh my god, Lubnub, you have a bank account. What's his bank account number?
Oh, I mean, I don't have it on me. If you speak to Raph or Nicholas, I'm sure they've got it.
Lubnub, you're going to be able to have so much stuff for when you leave. We're going to get you a cart. We're going to get you horses, whatever you want. You're going to ride out of here.
Lubnub takes
happily
whatever
ever
he
after.
wants anyway.
Yeah, he says that and Lub kind of nods.
Okay, I think you are getting paid.
Why do you think he'd never been arrested for stealing at will?
I've just.
You know, I'm part. He looks up at you and is like, "Come to think of it, you are lucky we have not been increasing your debt on paper, because quite frankly, it takes an awful lot to pay some of these guards to turn the other way to not attack you in the street. You know."
I'm gonna give him a look that says, "You're on death's doorstep."
He gives you another look back of an accountant that knows how much he has paid and is saying he's not increasing a debt. That, like, even at death's door, this man is stubborn to the numbers.
So long as he's not saying that he's increasing debt.
No, he's specifically saying how nice it is that he's not doing so despite how much he's costing him.
And I'm just gonna kind of end my bit of that, and I'm just gonna say to him, "Listen, if Lubnub wants to leave after what we're currently doing, and he's met with resistance from Nicholas or your sister, your sister and Nicholas are gonna meet his mole."
There will likely be more resistance from the city guard.
I doubt that.
You can doubt all you wish, but as soon as he
We're
leaves
very
our
in with
employment,
the city now.
as soon as he leaves our employment, the chances of the Silvertons rocking up to his bloody shack that he keeps.
I wouldn't be worried about them either.
You don't know them.
Who the fuck are the Silvertons?
Piss pants.
The man,
that's something
whose wife's cousin you killed. The nobleman who you slaughtered in the pub.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, how many people know about this?
Oh, the Silvertons. Day fucking one of you doing it. Costs an awful lot to keep the people who run the city guard from arresting someone who they know committed murder.
Lubnub, I'm really struggling to defend you right now.
The man's a travesty. He steals at will, murders when he can. You know, we're half the reason he's not dead by now.
You know exactly what you were getting when you kept me here.
Oh, I'm not complaining about the job that you've been doing. I'm just saying, this is not me keeping you here as prisoner. Very much the opposite.
You know what? You're not prisoner either. Leave. Don't trip on your way home. You might die.
Hold on a sec, like... Piss pants, is he not... The Lub honestly can't remember. So the way he explains it in-game is, isn't his name something more like Stone Shark?
Oh, the nobility are interwed.
What does that mean?
What that means, Lubnub, is that the person who runs the city guard and the person who runs the Crown's treasury are related by marriage, and you managed to kill one of the connectors. Both the man who pays for the city watch and the man who runs the city watch had a family member in common, and you are responsible for that good knight's death, sir.
You know, I really wish I could remember who the fuck this was.
He was tall, blonde hair. He was wearing full plate. I believe this was one of the first times. You know when? This might jog your memory. I think he was the first man you killed after we released you from prison for the other death you were responsible for.
Okay, does this...
That rings a bell. You remember killing a knight in a pub because he looked at you the wrong way and suggested you should leave the city. And given how much you were specifically stuck in the city at this point, your rage took over.
So, to be clear, this isn't the guy that me and my friend killed by accident.
No. That's a different murder.
So the knight is the one that's the problem. Was the problem.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say you are being... I'm not going to say you're innocent of some of the others that I hear
neither
you've been
am I.
responsible for, but that is the one that will most likely end you in a cell or a gibbet.
Look, if I'm going to go interrogate this guy for reasons related to the job, I kinda need to know which one is the one I killed. And he looks around the room and he's like, fuck, it's just these guys. I've lost count of the people that have had accidents, in air quotes, in this city.
Christ.
I'm an angry drunk.
I might be kicking you out of my union.
I never asked you to defend me. If
The
I'm
knight
honest.
is the problem. The knight is the main
So
problem.
the knight is the one who's the relative.
It is indeed.
Right, blonde hair, spoke like an asshole. Okay,
That I
Now I know
don't
what-
doubt.
now I know what pressure points to push.
Okay, so...
I'll turn to Nyla after. You try controlling your strength when you're drunk and in a bar fight.
I have access to magical abilities and I don't obliterate people by accident.
So, as this is happening, you remember the blonde hair, you remember the knight, and he says, yes, this was... I believe you were also responsible for the death of a Stoneheart separately from this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's not the one we're talking about.
That was Jamie Stoneheart. I believe that was your friend Ronald with you.
Now I think back, did me and Ronald accidentally kill someone?
You and Ronald accidentally killed a guy together. That was the job that you got. That was your backstory event for knowing Ronald, is that you shared that secret.
I think that's another friend, because I have two. Ronald is the guy that I found in the street.
Sorry,
in drag.
you're right, yes.
So
Sorry,
it's Garrett
that's Garrett.
is the friend.
Garrett is your friend that done that, yes. You and
Me and
Garrett
accidentally killed
accidentally killed a guy.
Killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah, this is the one where someone is doggedly hunting you.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one that is being hunted is the connector.
I'll be honest, I didn't take notes on those parts because we agreed Lubnub didn't
Yeah.
remember that part.
Yeah,
And wouldn't know that part.
so that's why I've picked that one at random. But yes, Jamie Stoneheart, he was a gallant knight, if a fool. But young Garrett claims that he got what he deserved, so as far as I'm concerned, you're free of guilt on that one. Some of the knights tend to look down on us less than human.
Okay.
Not that the Stonehearts are less angry, but I believe they don't know you're responsible for that one.
Well, it's nice to know because that's the one I assume everyone's been telling me that I'm responsible for.
No, this is another one. I don't recall his name.
So I've killed someone called Jamie, and there's some other guy. Okay.
You see Lubna pulls out a small notebook. Jamie, and then throws it away.
Right.
Yes, well, it might interest you to know, Lubnub, of your bank account, but, like I say, we are happy to continue taking your custom. We pay for most of the goods that you steal.
I didn't know that part.
That is fine. We took it as a courtesy.
That was less aimed at him and more at Nyla. And Tarek.
I look probably less seething than I was before,
Okay, right.
but
Although-
like frustrated.
In the interest of self-preservation, that part was my idea.
Note to self, gods want to kill me. Kind of already assumed that, if I'm honest. Right, Jimmy, Fuckface, and some other guy. Good to know.
Yes, all I know is that it is a Silverton of some description.
Jamie's the one that me and Garrett killed, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so he's the one that got a very shallow grave at the back of a pub.
It does ring a bell.
It's not my fault Garrett couldn't dig straight.
Well, from what I hear, you were both drunk.
I mean, I barely remember the night, so... Anyway, anyone got any questions, or...
I
we
do
gonna
believe
accept
my
that I'm a bad
time's
person?
up. I shall be wandering on home if there's no objections.
Nah. We know we can trust you now.
He nods his head. Aylwin, your regular shipment will be here in a day. And he leaves. Or, sorry, Ariadne.
Sorry, what?
As soon as he walks out, I'm gonna go, what are you buying from him?
She looks around a little sheepishly. Well, he is in charge of most of the gambling in the city. He also dabbles in recreational activities. So, as well as some of the more illicit arcana, I tend to use him to restock my larder and other personal
Is he supplying you in
alchemists.
booze and drugs?
He is, yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
As well as alchemical ingredients.
Oh, well then.
You do have a problem.
I am aware.
Are you going to try and stop at all?
I have only been advised to do so in the last day. Give a girl some time.
You've just accepted another order.
And I might need some relief over the next coming days.
I'll kind
I
of
think
nudge.
I think I actually kind of giggle. Like, I think I'm not even able to fully keep a straight face on it. Like,
I'll kind of nudge Nyla Feria. It is kind of our fault since we sent the dealer here.
I didn't know he was a dealer. I don't know what company you keep, Lubnub.
I think Nylathria flashes back to Aylwin's smirk as he says, I believe Edward has some relationship with her.
Yeah, like I flash back, I think about this. I kind of like huff, and I walk out, and I walk out to leave, and as I'm leaving, I say to Tarek, I go, "You're my favorite now."
Torek fully just like wide-eyed watches you walk past and stays completely rooted to the ground.
And I don't specify whether I meant in the party or in general.
Yeah.
I don't specify whether I'm annoyed at Lubnub or my friend. I'm just like, Tarek, you're my favorite. Unproblematic king.
Ooh.
As you say unproblematic, I imagine Torek starts to blush.
Unproblematic so far.
Aylwin looks around. Well,
Hey,
Ariadne, sorry.
Ariadne.
She looks at Lubnub. We were in the middle of something. Is that something that you wish to continue this evening? Or, I mean, I'm happy to wait. Obviously the Titan has arrived this evening, so I would imagine my father is busy. Maybe not the best time to be summoning things when he's out the house.
Is Nyla and Torek still there, kind of?
I mean,
Torek is because Torek
Yeah.
was like,
I think
oh,
Nylathria specified that she was walking outside, but Torek is still there when this question's asked.
Zuak and Stan have stayed at the castle, so we aren't in our full force.
Ah, yes.
Although God knows I would love the stress relief.
It probably would be best to do this when everybody else is here.
I can only tell you that I do intend to get this done.
Thank you. It means a lot.
He big sigh, puts them all on the shoulder, and goes off to be the assassin.
Aw. And Torek vaguely nods
Last
to her
last
and then-
person in the
and
room,
then-
Torek.
and then just hurries behind Wubnub.
As you're about to leave, she places a hand on your shoulder, Torek.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry if I caused offence on our first meeting. I'm discovering I have a less sociable attitude than I was intending.
Apologies accepted.
If you ever wish to have access to a clean bed, you can consider my door open.
Fully out of character. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna awkwardly half reach out to tap her shoulder back and just nod, and then with everything I can possibly muster, look her in the eyes and
Nod.
nod sincerely. And then, yeah, kind of wait till she takes her arms.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Walk out, backing away first, and not knowing am I looking away now or am I, and then, okay, through the door.
We cut to Zuak and Stan. Zuak, you have worked out that if you break one of the helmets at the base, you can put on one of the ones with the visor as if it had its jaw broken. So the visor clashes against your beak, but it is obviously a cartilaginous thing, so it's just resting on top. It's tough to see, but you do have eye slits, kind of.
Turtles
Perfect.
have beaks?
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
turtles
look
have
at,
beaks.
I'm gonna look at Stan as we go searching for Marvin. I'm gonna be like,
As
So,
as you're searching for Marvin, every now and again you're getting a sending that's just, where are you? What's going on? I was looking for you in the main hall, and you weren't there. So, and then the spell ends.
all right, Stan, we need to go to the main hall. But before we do that, would you like to hear my backstory for this character that I have developed?
You know what? Sure. Tell me about it on the way.
And as we're going, I'm gonna be like, so, my name is Akzu, a man of honor, and they took my badge from me, and I'm here to save this kingdom, no matter what. Even though I've been told to put my sword down, and I'm gonna slap my stick, but I don't need a sword. Oh, and it's Akzu, but the K is silent.
Oh, I'm sure. Don't worry. I'm sure that might raise a few questions, not gonna lie.
And I'm
But
just
if
gonna
you
be
play it
like,
up well enough, I'm just gonna, as we're walking, cast a spell and just go, I too have somewhat of a backstory. I'm just gonna take off my helmet. You can see. Before I take it off, I'm gonna say, now don't panic. I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna be someone completely different. I'm gonna have big red rosy cheeks, completely bald, and just go, "You right? I'm Fred. I'm the local baker."
You see Stan change shape in front of you.
That is so convincing, Stan. Holy hell. I would have thought that you
Thank
were
you.
a baker. Really happy and
Thank
jolly
you.
looking. I think we've done
The
very
rosy
well.
red cheeks really sell it, don't they?
Yeah, these disguises are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, fully different race, fully different everything. Even he seems a little shorter.
Yeah.
Is he still wearing
Unfortunately,
like, plate armor?
I still am wearing the armor.
Apart from the
Bacon's a
helmet, which he
dangerous
specified
job,
he
you know.
takes off.
Bacon is a dangerous job,
Bacon's
yeah.
a dangerous job. Never know who you're gonna get at the door.
Yeah. And the yeast can be pretty feisty sometimes. need to protect yourself
Wait,
from.
how's Marvin? How's Marvin gonna know who we are with these disguises?
It's okay. Like I'll talk to Marvin. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
As you guys, I presume you guys, Torek, Lubnub, and Nylathria are going to the castle.
That's my
Alex,
intention.
like, fully hugging one of his rats.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, nervous fucking discomfort and surprise.
Nylathria, to the castle?
Yeah.
Excellent.
To the castle.
You guys go to the castle all around the same time. Mystically, you all end up meeting up with Marvin at the same time in the centre of the castle.
Magic.
Alright, lads, how's things?
Marvin.
What's
Right,
up?
But before we continue, my name is not Zuax. It is Akzu with the silent
Akzu.
K now.
Alright, fair enough. I guess nice to meet you.
I'm gonna shake his hand and be like, it's a really good disguise, isn't it?
It's a pretty good disguise, aye. See if you wanted a better one, though. You can take a leaf for your pal's book. It's a good
I'm gonna
spell.
look over it.
Good spell,
I'm gonna
Stan.
look over it. Stan and be like,
I'm
yeah,
Fred.
he did a
in that
really good
scenario
job.
anyway.
And you all look as Marvin refers to a fat guy in a suit of armour as Stan.
Jesus fucking Christ, how much have you ate?
Funnily enough, not since we've last met.
How? What is the? What's the spell?
That's a something of an alter self. I promise I'm not a shape changer, but I can just so happen to change shape at will.
He mentions
I know
being a
it's
shape changer, and the hand goes to them all.
Yeah.
I know it's suspicious, but you know, I'm
It's
not a
part
shape
of
changer. I can't just shape change.
it's part of him being a paladin.
Oh,
Anyway.
what?
Okay.
I'm not about. Fair enough.
How long until this meeting's gonna start?
I don't know, mate. I was thinking it was going to be here when I got here, but to be honest with you, I think there's still. I think that Tommen's delaying stuff. I don't know how, but I think he's delaying it.
From what I heard, he shot himself.
Shat himself. That's embarrassing. That's pretty bad. That's
That's
pretty
what we've
bad.
heard.
Like,
Anyway.
It's no great.
And we have to support him.
do
Yeah,
we?
he's been having a hard time.
Do we know?
We all
Do
have
we?
those.
I don't know Tommen that well, and to be honest, lads, I don't think I should be here at all, given how wanted I am. But it's not going to stop me.
Yeah,
Margaret, if you like to leave, we could sell your stuff for you if you would rather not be
Nah,
here.
man, nah. I've had business on Titan's Rock before, so sorry, I'm being presented.
You're not
with
worried.
I'm being presented with
Did
my
you say
gear.
wanted? Marvin, did you say wanted?
Aye, how?
Marvin, What are you wanted for?
Oh God.
Now I've been pretty clear. There's two things about me you need to know. I'm Mad Marvin, right? And I don't pay taxes.
Yeah, that's.
Those are my two things. And one of those things gets me in a lot of trouble. And then
It's
also
being
I
Mad
don't
Marvin,
pay
isn't it?
taxes. So
Marvin, when we first met, you
didn't pay
really
taxes.
recognized I was part of the guard, right?
Aye.
You know what? As long as you don't tell me how behind your taxes are, we can.
Oh,
chalk it up
vast
to-
amounts, mate. Fucking absolutely unbelievable amounts of money.
Citizens are
You
right.
get absolutely no
Marvin,
fucking
this is-
idea
this
You
is
how
know
not
what?
much
the
I
I'm
see where
paid
this is going,
taxes.
and I'm just gonna leave right now.
I'll tell you
Marvin,
now,
is
though,
that
Stan.
not the hell
I'll
you
tell you
said
now, though,
on?
Stan. I fancy my chances in continuing that streak. So you feel free to
Marvin.
attack me in any way you want. We'll see how well that goes with the weapons I
really
made.
like you, please. I don't want to I know you might get away. You probably will.
Oh, aye,
but
mate,
I
sure,
don't want
aye.
to tempt you out. Marvin, please don't die on this hill. Just tell me that you are a little behind on them and we can
Stan-
move on.
Massively
Stan-
behind. Massively, mate.
Torek,
I'm left.
seeing no one else really react to this clearly. is
You're watching a singular man stand in front of you all and not balk at the idea.
Torek is like going up to Stan and just kind of like standing in front of him and just. Well, I suppose Torek's probably a lot shorter, but still kind of. Stan, there's. Come and see. And I just lead him to I'm just like.
Yeah, both Lubnub
Showing
and I
him.
went not my business and walked in a different
Oh
direction.
God, no!
As
Oh,
I'm
it's
walking
just
around
like,
in front of Mad Marvin and go, please just don't tell anyone that part. Don't tell anyone about the taxis.
Bullshit.
I think we'll
Torek
look grabs
turns
the chair and heads up to the balcony.
Marvin and is like,
Marvin, Titans Rock is the military superpower on the planet. Don't tell anyone about the taxis.
You think I'm scared of the fucking Titan?
I hope so. Quite
Pro-
frankly.
Probably not. It's fine.
Mr. Helm can come talk to me if he's got a problem, right?
How about we go find our seats and then I'm just going to be like, shukaka.
I think that's wise. They couldn't catch me when I lived there. They're not going to catch me now.
Fucking love that. I
Cool.
would protect this man with my life.
Yeah, man.
So you
It
guys,
just cost you it quite frankly.
you guys all gather in the main hall. You can see that there is.
Torek's got his hood back on and everything.
You can see that there's a large party of people here. It is mostly nobility. You can see like people who look to be slightly soot covered and like as if they have been at forges all day. You can see people in farmer's garb, all wealthy looking, but definitely recognisably of the working upper class, and that they are probably business owners or people from specifically noble families. Like there's no kind of divide between the two other than the physical. Like you can see there are people in like fine gowns or fine dress and garb of like suits, and then you can see that there are people in less fine, more durable clothing, but they are all in the hall together, and you can see a retinue of soldiers not
Mr.
wearing.
Deepwater?
Sorry?
Mr. Deepwater?
You don't see him there yet.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to specify Lob has taken a chair,
Mhm.
and that balcony that we mentioned back in like episode 3 of the
Yep.
main hall.
you want to
Which
be
is-
up in that area.
I'm up there. I'm out of sight. If people probably don't know I'm up here.
Excellent.
Torek's gonna go up to. I'm assuming there's probably like an opposite side of that.
Sure. Yeah, you've
You're
got
just brooding it all.
bird's eye
Yeah.
views from the two of these companions, and then you've got Nilathria, Mad Marvin, Stan,
Ledge.
or rather Fred, and Zuak
Fred.
or Axu.
To the side.
I'm away from the rest of them, just nowhere in particular, but I'd rather mingle myself than with them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
As you guys are entering, you can see that there is a retinue of knights all standing in the centre. Most of them wearing the colours that you've seen on those banners of the ship, and that they are wearing cloaks with the all black field with the red mountain being clutched by a white fist, which you would recognise as the sigil of the house, the Archmage that runs the Titan's Rock. And you see in the centre a tall, spindly elf. Looks to be much older than your average elf. You can see signs of grey and the long black hair, sort of salt and peppered, and no major defining features other than that he is wearing all black robes with this symbol of the fist on the breast. And he's clutching a tall wizard's staff, with what looks to be a floating rock in the centre, sort of levitating in between two prongs in a Y shape. And you can see he is waiting in front of an empty throne, sort of tapping his staff impatiently.
I'm gonna look over at Marvin and be like, right, Marvin, I think I need to go have a conversation with that guy. And I'm gonna be like,
Marvin places a hand on your shoulder. Are you saying you're going to go and have a conversation with the Archmage Helm?
yes.
Yes.
You might want to hold back a wee bit till he's had his audience with Tommen and see what kind of mood he's in.
I think he'd be in a great mood once I've had a conversation with him.
Alright, fair play, dig in.
Can I stand near but not next to Zax for security? Sorry, Axu for security.
Yeah, Axu.
Are you... I presume Axu's walking up to the guy in the centre.
And
So, Stan, are
I've
you
got my
following?
staff as well.
I'm not following. I'm just gonna. I'm assuming there's like an area around him where no one's standing.
Yeah, because the
I'm gonna
guards
stand,
are
one
keeping
person
everyone back.
behind the clothes.
Fucking
I'm gonna stand
toilet.
like 1 or 2 people behind whoever's closest to the guards.
As you go to approach, all the guards like stand closer to attention and stamp their feet as they all turn to stare at you. And you see that the Archmage turns. Yes?
Hello, sir. My name is Axu, and I am here. Give me 2 seconds. yes.
I
Yes,
wish
my
that was
name
in that
is-
game. Give me 2 seconds.
Yes, my name is Axu, and I am here because I was stripped of my title, and I am a noble and just man, and I'm here for protection. I hope you know that.
Noted. Do you have business with the Titan's Rock?
Absolutely none, sir. No.
Very well. And then he turns back to stare at the chair.
And then I'm gonna move over to Marvin. Knowing I think that went well.
Sure, aye.
Yeah.
You're in one piece.
About 10-15 minutes goes by and Tommen enters the chamber from the door behind the chair. As he steps out, he is in a fully tailored, bespoke 3-piece suit made of, it looks to be like a pure white silvered shirt with an all black tuxedo. And he looks absolutely put together, like fresh haircut,
Like,
fresh
he
makeup,
just shit himself.
fresh haircut, like the nicest you've seen him look for a while. Greetings.
I'm just probably in the background waving at Tom and like.
He nods to you. It is the pleasure of House Baywick to receive House Anne's. And the Archmage stands tall. We are here for a restock. We require goods and services. I presume we would be receiving the best rates in the city. You've gathered your tradesmen here. What say you? We strike a bargain for goods and services. And Tommen sort of nods. It is my pleasure to allow such fine families to trade in my lovely city. Unfortunately, my brothers are indisposed, so any quarrels will be happily dealt with by myself. And he looks around. I know that all my fine people here will be trading at the fairest of prices. He looks around. Apologies, however, I must request that the fine people of my city allow me a private moment with family Anne. And all the nobles start leaving. Do you guys stick around?
Yeah, I'm staying.
Yeah.
I will leave with the noble.
Trying to like watching from
To the-
above.
As you guys make to stay, Aksu, you realise Marvin is also still standing next to you.
I'm gonna look at Marvin. I'm gonna be like, good, make an impression.
I'm mainly here to see how likely I am to need to leave before the trading starts. If he doesn't recognise me here, then I'm probably going to chance it, but I might make a swift exit. As you wait for the nobles to leave, Tommen looks at Zuax, looks at Marvin, doesn't recognise him, looks at... I presume, Nylathria, you stay?
I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna try and position myself closer to Tommen and hold my rapier, and very much so look as though I'm like a private guard. I'm gonna try and be very stoic, but give him like a look of like, I said we would stay and keep you safe.
Tommen nods as you make to stay, and nods at Zuak as well. Noble family, I request but a moment of your time before trading. We are in the midst of a war, and unfortunately, we are a little poverty-stricken at the moment. As you can see, my brothers are not here. The court is not 100% clued in on all the details of what is happening, so I will beseech you privately in that we are experiencing strange effects. There are things happening in this city that I have no knowledge of, and the fine folks who have chosen to stay, and he gives Marvin an odd look, have been helping me investigate. Step forward. And he looks at Zumax and Nylathria. It would be most helpful if you could explain to the fine sir what is going on.
How many people have stayed in this room?
Just
the wizard guy?
No. Just you two, plus Marvin, and then you've got Lubnub and Torek hidden in the rafters, hidden in big quotations, and that you're kind of there, but no one's bothering you. And then you've got 5 fully armoured knights wearing those black cloaks, and the mage.
I'm gonna say to Tommen, can we trust to reveal to this many people?
Tommen gives you a wide-eyed look. If I didn't believe that this was who he claims to be, we wouldn't be here. But the man does travel with a mountain. And you see the Archmage bows his head. If I was not who I said I am, your city would have been crushed upon our arrival.
You play druids dice, sir.
Roll me a charisma check.
Just straight charisma.
Just straight charisma.
Can I help him by is there any way that I can help in this situation?
Do you want to do or say anything to help him?
Oh, I'm trying to work out if there's anything that I think could help, and I genuinely don't think there is.
Well, I think that answers your question.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Tommen shoots you an evil eye and is just like, not the time.
I had to apologise. I it's hard to find good opponents.
There are, we believe, some sort of rift or connection between this world and the Shadowfell. And
Helm scoffs at you. Pfft, there has always been a connection with the Shadowfell.
yes,
This is nothing
but
new.
this is currently causing a problem
When is it not?
in that other members of the royal family are being held hostage there and replaced here with creatures that we don't fully understand. We don't know how many others of these creatures have taken other people's shape.
Very well. And this is a concern for me. Why? There
Do you
appears
really
to
want-
be an heir. He gestures at Tommen.
But do you want creatures from another world gaining more power in this world?
Are you asking for military aid?
I look to Tommen. He's in charge.
Tommen looks at him. Military aid would be helpful for the war, although for this I fear we might need a more delicate help, perhaps. And you see Tommen starts to blush a little. Perhaps a wizard to be spared. And you see Helm looks at him. Roll me a persuasion check now, Lathria, to see how persuasive your argument was.
Okie dokie. DB1 does so slow tonight. That is 22. No, 21, sorry.
21. As you say your speech, you can see that Helm starts nodding. In exchange for some charity of your own, I'm sure we could come to an agreement on military aid for the war. Given the nature of war in general, it is tough to spare supplies. An end to war could free up resources, there is no doubt. As for the scalpel, to help you cut through this mystery, he taps his staff. Step forward, Captain. And you see a tall man. A tall man steps forward, presents his sword ceremonially, holding it out in front of himself in a sort of salute. Remove your helmet. He removes his helmet, and you see a elven, sort of looks to be young-ish. You see he's got long purplish red hair under the helmet that tumbles out. You see the start of like tiefling horns and tiefling teeth. But definitely elvish. Just the suggestions of tiefling. Captain Arvel, presenting. What would you have of me, sir? And that's where we'll end this week's session.
Ah, you prick. Oh, man.
Spoilers.
Dickhead.
Spoilers.
No.
There is
I cast
some.
tungsten balls.
No.
Stay tuned to the other series to find out why everyone else is freaking out about that. For the 3 members of our party yet to see that. But for this evening, we will call that quits. It was wonderful having you all for a lovely little game of D&D. Thank you very much for visiting. Bye.